It's like a cute little ubu face.
Whoa.
Except I'm covering her pretty face.
You were the mask all along.
That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is. I haven't thought of. That's a lie. I thought about that song yesterday.
Why am I
I was gonna lie and say I hadn't thought about that song in a long time, but I did think of it yesterday.
All right.
Put me in the corner.
Are shenanigans happening? I love it.
I guess so.
I fucking love it.
I
I know it might seem silly, but like I just feel like the starter screen is kind of an icebreaker for players, so it's good for them to just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we fuck around and find out before doing that in D&D.
Yeah.
So true.
So fucking true. All right. Is everybody ready? You have a drink. You have your respective streams up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
Let me lurk.
I know. I'm
Yeah, you're right.
I'm actively. I think I'm lurking. Yeah, I'm lurking. But let me actually do the lurk. Boop.
Thank you.
We are all this mysterious lady in the box.
Okay.
Copycats.
I was dragged into this.
I
Get
just
it?
want
Drag.
to put it on the record that I think she reminds me of Zoltar. Okay.
Zoltar. Oh,
freaking-
oh!
Yeah.
That's such a reach! Oh my god! Well, my voice just cracked.
Aww.
I
That was
wanted
so
to know
cute.
if Shaney would recognize the name.
Yes!
Goosex.
God, that I have
I
not.
need to find out what the one in Ride the Cyclone is called.
I feel like, okay, like for folks that love Inside Out from Disney, I reference that so much because I know I have a nerdy aspect, and I'm just like, I feel like that nerdy character just got vindicated. Be like, I knew there's a reason I kept this memory, like for this exact moment.
It's Karnak in Red
Yeah.
Cyclone.
The amazing Karnak.
That's
He's like
what
the
it
main
is.
storyteller.
Yeah. All right, turning that down a
then-
smidge.
Pastels. Okay.
I am not gonna tell Steven you love him because he is literally streaming right now, and you can
Anna.
go to his stream and tell him.
And I'm literally
It's
messaging him
enough.
through Snapchat as well. I can't.
That's
Goose
the
hacks.
This man with the tell him yourself.
I
Every
can't.
time, it's all he does is come
Every
to my
time.
stream. He says, "Hey, guess what? Tell Steven I love him." Then he goes, "Bye," and he disappears. And I'm not having it today.
Amazing.
That's beautiful.
All right, hang on. There you go, buddy.
Is Goosehack a GTA person or just like a random fan coming in and telling Steven I
Oh,
love him?
he's an
in love
IRL
with
friend of
Steven.
mine. He's an IRL friend of mine.
Fucking
Makes it
amazing.
funnier.
It's been an ongoing joke since July of 2022.
Jesus.
Yes, and it's so funny, but so frustrating.
I was like, I'm mad at it, but like, god damn it, I can't stop laughing.
He came to my
I
chat and
also
he's
love
like, "Why is
Steven.
she so mad at me?"
I'm not mad. No. See, this is the problem. I just come off sounding like a bitch all the time. I think I have resting bitch voice because even when I'm like jokingly being mad, people think I'm actually mad at them.
Can
No.
confirm from my little like,
Pastel,
but I
weren't you
worked
the
through
one
it.
That not yesterday you said Hexana literally never smiles.
Oh,
You don't.
Sucks, doesn't it?
She don't
Stop.
smile though. That was the
Oh.
first time you would slash dude a smile, so I had to make a comment of
Okay.
it.
That is fair, but
It was wholesome
it was wholesome.
Well,
because we were talking about the wedding. Anyway, go on.
That was the
Oh.
happiest Hexana has been like since getting here. So, cause holy shit, it was
So-
so yay!
to wrap us around,
Candy.
today is our 4th session. Welcome all. Of party that has not been named.
Just calling it
And
D&D. Ooh.
that's totally fair. for me as a DM, I like saying like because there's always like I feel like it's a milestone in a party when they're like, you know what, let's be the dipshits or some shit, like in game, in character.
Wait, we
So
thought of one at the end, didn't we? Oh, I forget now. We talked after you left us last time, and we tried to
Oh.
come up with one.
no, all good.
Oh, I
all
forget.
good.
Did we? I don't remember. I
No
didn't write
worries.
it down if we did.
Well, I'll go ahead and move our little token. So your characters have found themselves at the Witchlight Carnival, which has appeared for the first time in 8 years and is currently on the outskirts of the city of Neverwinter and the world of Faerun in the land of the Sword Coast. So, y'all have been bopping around this here carnival for about going on 7 hours. You didn't know each other at the beginning, but boy, have you guys gotten to know each other pretty well, already had some mini adventures. And to kind of deep dive into what happened last time, does anyone want to go into that, or would you like me to? Just to open it up.
At the beginning. Do.
No.
All right.
Sorry.
Well,
Anyway.
I can get us started. So the last time where we left off was your group picking up behind the big top in the staff area, which is surrounded by a bunch of brambles, meeting the owners, quote unquote, Mr. Light and Mr. Witch. Most of you were nervous. Some of you were like, finally, this is happening. And overall, it went pretty well. They got to introduce themselves, basically say that they like to meet those that are having an effect on the carnival, for better or for worse. And for your crew, it has been for the better. Some connections were made, and then at the end, nearish, Zelina, you essentially put the fantasy equivalent of your 2 weeks notice in with them. To which they had responded, you know, we understand as long as you are square with Madame Kaida, we wish you best of luck. After which your folks made their exit and you made your way to the feasting orchard, where that was kind of where you guys had been going prior to the big top event. Upon arrival, some of you caught the attention of Eliwick Tumblestrom, who revealed that she was your mysterious benefactor who purchased tickets for each of you. And she had taken note of you folks in various ways. She definitely picked up, or at least assumed, correctly for the most part, that most of you had been affected by the carnival in years past and you had potentially lost something. She revealed that she has a magic benefactor that she relies on that has gone missing, which struck a very similar chord with some of you. She hinted that she would investigate where her patron has gone missing, specifically the world in which she comes from, she being the patron. But Tumblestrom is not allowed to go there. It's part of her pact, which was heavily hinted at. So she's been waiting kind of in the rafters, tracking when this carnival might appear, looking for folks that might help her, and stumbled upon you in various ways. She put herself in your path, got you tickets, and thus finally introduced herself to your party. Now, she has essentially told you that she has the means to get you to the land beyond, where you could potentially find those things that you have lost. In exchange, she wants you to try and find her patron. You all...
Wait, it was the land beyond?
I'm speaking in
Is that what she
euphemisms.
referred- I
Yeah.
can't remember if she said a name. Was all I was asking.
She has not said a name.
Okay, gotcha.
Noted.
Though it's been heavily implied that it's something of the Feywild.
Okay.
So you guys basically told her, like, we would, we're okay to help you. We don't want to go just yet, as there is a crowning of the monarch. And she agreed that there are potential some benefits that could come out from the crowning, as well as just taking your time amongst the carnival. There might be other benefits you could gain, but you needed to meet up before the carnival shuts down entirely, or else the window will close, the window to the land beyond. You guys made a plan that after the crowning of the monarch, you would meet her outside of the big top. And with that, she disappeared amongst the crowd, and some of you turned around and partook in the pie eating contest. Or not pie eating, excuse me. How could I forget the cupcake eating contest with the custard and the blueberries? So much custard. Most of you are going to be pretty full or some of you are going to be pretty full for the next few hours. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was Halder who won.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
And because you won, you were given I believe, a potion of invisibility.
Yeah, the golden cupcake.
Yes, there we go. That one. There we go.
Yeah, give the kleptomaniac an invisibility potion. Good idea.
From there, your party made your way to Silversong Lake, where you witnessed the song of Palasha, a recently embarrassed siren dating the carnival's mime Candlefoot. Candlefoot is basically black and white, as he just has no color within him. The color strangely seemed to boo her performance and almost caused her to flee in the river. Some of you caught wind of the shenanigans of making the crowd booing and witnessed a cloaked figure running away at the same time. And trying to stop this person, you fell asleep. If I remember correctly, this was Etika and I believe Victor.
Correct.
or,
No, sorry. not
Sorry, Vaughn.
Victor, it was Vaughn.
Vaughn, God,
It was moi.
fucking V's. Okay, sorry. I will get it. I will get it. And they were able to essentially dash away. Your group kind of reconvened, and meanwhile, Zelina and the rest of the group brought the crowd back on Palasha's side and also made her feel better. And from there, she turned the performance around, and she was able to feel comfortable enough to sing once more. Once that performance ended, your group met back up, had a discussion about what had just happened, revealing that perhaps the same figure that you saw inserting themselves and trying to make the performance fail might have been the same person who had some sort of hand in one of the dragonflies seemingly having an issue in bucking a rider off of them. We ended with your group heading to the Hall of Illusions, and that's actually where we're going to pick up. Before I begin giving the description of the hall, does anyone have any questions or other things?
What's the mime's name again?
Candlefoot.
Gotcha. Because he runs the Hall of Illusions, right?
Correct.
Gotcha.
All right. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and do a fun little switchy switch.
Oh?
For
Oh
reasons.
my god, it's the lady!
It's the lady. So, as your group makes their way up the thoroughfare towards the tent that is the Hall of Illusions, you see kind of parked outside on your right, but off in the distance, a wooden mannequin of a green raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and a green flowing cape that hovers inside of a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. In front, which actually, let's see. As you see that sign, I need everyone to go ahead and give me a history check, please.
Okay.
Is it a history?
Yes, please. It's
You got it.
Where is it? History. No, did I do okay?
okay.
Hey, nice. And I had a -1
Ooh,
to
11.
it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So Etika And Halder. You folks have passed this little check. You recall at some point in your life, whether it be in your studies or maybe some sort of story that was being told, that Tasha was one of the many names repeatedly used by Iggulwith, the Witch Queen, a legendary archmage. And specifically, there is a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter, for which she had actually invented herself. And there are other various spells that are actually named after her that you folks will probably stumble across if you are a spellcaster. But you guys recall that, okay, Tasha Iggulwith, the Witch Queen, is just some historical figure that just there's so many names, but Tasha was famously one of them. And I will say, like, reading this name, you know, whatever your characters were thinking of, you know, this memory kind of seems like a drive-by, essentially. Like, it just something in your brain pushed this information to the forefront for you to remember it at this exact moment for whatever reason, good or bad.
How lifelike is the carving? I believe you said it was.
It is pretty similar. You can definitely, if you're close enough to it, you can see that it is in fact made of wood, which is what this little image is. Some lovely artist, I apologize, I did not grab their handle, did this drawing of this mannequin inside of a glass cabinet. But to continue, the little narrative in front of you folks, probably having walked, I would say, a good 40-50 feet, had been this cute little halfling couple, one of which had a painted face. Let me get back to my handout there. And when they stop in front of this glass cabinet, one halfling who has a butterfly face paint, let's see, stands and kind of just takes note of the cabinet, while the other, the halfling who's looking at the cabinet, drops to one knee and pulls out a small box from his pocket. And the one looking at the cabinet turns to his sweetheart and all of a sudden bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched. And it's this at this point, as he darts into the tent, you guys see Candlefoot, which I can bring up the handout once more so you guys can just get a picture of what he looks like. There we go. This guy. He just kind of like watches this this halfling like dart into the tent, and he looks at the entrance, looks at his hole puncher, looks at you guys, and just kind of shrugs and kind of goes back to waiting. And the halfling who was laughing on the ground is still like continuing to laugh and giggle, and honestly not even notice that their partner has left them.
Oh,
Damn.
Etika kind of just gives a cheeky smile. But I'll turn back to the party.
Okay.
Vaughn just kind of like looks at the scene and he's like, "What the actual fuck?" Like, that's the expression on his face.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are probably at this point about 15 or so feet away from the cabinet, and you're about 20 feet away from the entrance.
So do we think that's probably going to affect everybody when they walk by it? Party?
wait,
Probably.
Are you asking in character?
Event or the cabinet?
I can ask in character if you'd prefer that. Like, do you guys think we need to worry about that, or do you think we should just have them go in? Because we definitely all saw that.
I don't
We
see
don't
how, like,
recognize who Tasha is, but a couple of you do. Do you want to tell us about the cabinet?
That is an idol to Tasha. If my memory serves me correctly, she was a very powerful, well, is a very powerful witch. The idol no doubt summoned some of her magics. Hence the
I
laughter.
see. Can I use detect magic on it?
Yeah, that's a wonderful choice. Yes, please do.
Period.
Being away
I
for
do that.
just a second. Be back in like 5 seconds.
Okay, so let's see. The way that I envision detect magic is essentially you kind of utter a certain few words magically, and it's like this veil gets lifted in front of you, and all of a sudden anything that has any sort of magic enchantment or whatever is like glowing in your eyes. And you know, if I'll take a little bit of I'm forgetting the word, artistic flow, whatever. There's kind of a red glow to the items around you. In the future, the ones that you're like familiar with, I won't make a note of, but just know like maybe this is like the first time that you're using it with this party. All of a sudden you kind of take note of anything and everything. And let me tell you, within this carnival, you feel like you're fucking getting blinded. And that cabinet itself, the cabinet is not magical, but the mannequin inside is. Specifically, it seems there's something with her eye sockets.
Oh,
Interesting.
But like at this point, you're like blinded, and it takes you probably a couple of seconds to kind of adjust before you're even able to kind of look around, because this carnival, like there's so much that's
Right.
enchanted. Yeah.
I was gonna say the carnival itself is like a magic enchantment, right?
Yes, it is.
So like that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. So then, where do I go from here? Do I do like a perception check or an insight check? Like,
So the one thing that's great about detect magic that it gives you is that it tells you at least what is the school of magic and its enchantment. Like the mannequin is enchanted.
Okay.
I see. Vaughn kind of looks between the group. There's definitely some sort of foul magic at play here.
Mm-hmm. And I would say
Tasha, of course there is.
most of the magic, to kind of follow the school of magic thread, is more illusionary, but that mannequin stands out. You're like, oh, everything else around here is pretty much illusionary. That's enchantment.
Okay. It seems to be an enchantment of some sort. I'm not familiar with this work.
Is the cabinet next to mime guy whose name I am so bad at? Hang on, it's covered up.
Candlefoot?
You guys
one?
can very clearly, if you wanted to give a wide berth, you can give a wide berth. If you were worried about walking closer to it, because you're looking at it.
I actually wanted to see if I could possibly approach Candlefoot.
Okay.
And casually put my hand on the cabinet and cast Identify.
Okay.
Since he said he doesn't really know what kind of enchantment it is, maybe I could get more info.
Yeah.
You did say, Shaney, that the cabinet is not directly next to the entrance. It's like you said,
Correct.
it was what, 15 feet away?
It was about 10.
No.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
like, that's why, like, if
And
you wanted to.
Candlefoot was at the entrance, right?
Yeah, here. Let me do some visual stuff for you guys just to. Oh.
Because if Madame Zelina approaches Candlefoot, then there's probably a good chance she's not in range of whatever enchantment is on this mannequin or doll, whatever the heck
Well,
it is.
if I wanted to cast Identify, I would have to touch it.
Gotcha.
It's a touch spell.
Ooh, that could be
Okay.
risque.
So imagine your group is here. Can you guys see the screen?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I said you're. Let's see. Distance is not like all encompassing, but here's the cabinet.
Mhm.
Here's Candlefoot.
So it's between us and the entrance, but if we went wide, we could probably avoid getting too close to it.
Correct. You could
Gotcha.
effectively do that versus just walking up or yeah.
Okay.
Well, Zelina didn't recognize who Tasha was, but
Same with Bond.
she probably has seen this happen to people in front of this
Yes.
before, because she works like right around the corner. So I think she would turn to the group and say, perhaps we walk a little out of our way to avoid the pretty lady in the box, yes?
Yes, I agree.
Of course.
And then I think
Maybe
we just
should.
kind of point them off to the left so that we can avoid it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of do so, making a wide berth, the halfling that was crying, kind of like shakes himself out of it and like looks around, is wiping away tears, looks very sad, not knowing where their partner went. And your party arrives in front of Candlefoot.
Oban will look at Candlefoot and just go, does that happen often? And he'll kind of gesture towards like the box and the halfling that's on the ground.
So Candlefoot looks at you all, kind of nods towards Zelina. And to this point, Zelina, you realize, like, he's not talking. Like, he is somebody who has always been very charismatic and talking. And he just kind of, like, rubs his hand on his throat sorely, but he acknowledges what your question and kind of looks over and points to it and goes, yeah, shrugs, it does, kind of in agreement.
I see.
He looks at you all and just kind of points at you and points at the tent and kind of shrugs, like, are you wanting to go in?
You gonna go in? Yeah.
Yes,
Oban will
definitely.
look at the rest of the group and just be like, why not?
All right. He holds out his hand for your tickets.
Got
And
my ticket.
wonderful. Those of you that past him, he'll punch it, and he will do a very large bow, just still like avoiding the front of the tent, and kind of just says you're allowed to go in. He doesn't say it; he mimes it.
I think when they walk by Candlefoot, Zelina is gonna put a little hand on him and say, oh shit, what should I say? I want to say something about the siren.
Mm-hmm.
I had something in my head. Let me figure out what it was. What's her name again?
Palasha.
Palasha.
Alasha?
Palasha.
With a P.
Palasha. Ah, Candlefoot, my friend. I went and saw Palasha earlier. She looks like she could use a friend, even if it's never more. Don't forget, we could all use some friends. And then she'll follow her group in.
You see him, his little mind face, very expressionate, gets very sad and nods, and he kind of rubs his throat again sadly, and he nods, and he just watches you go.
He's so sad.
He's very sad. As you guys kind of get closer to the tent itself, you see this large tent is painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into pools of color. The helical stripes of the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems designed to befuddle onlookers. So you pass through the front of the tent flaps. I'm just gonna move our... Oh, no, we're already there. I'm just not there. And just so you know, this Detect Magic is still going for the up to 10 minutes. So you're probably like a minute and a half into your 10 minutes. Just for your awareness. And as you pass inside the tent, you're hit with like mirrors on either side of you. And there is just it's like a maze, like imagine a maze, but the walls are mirrors. And
It's a mirror, mate.
it's not like one solid wall, it's like multiple, just like your normal standing mirrors. And when you look to the left or the right of these first few mirrors that are at the entrance of the Hall of Illusions, every one of you look at the mirror and you see a very young adolescent version of yourself. What did you guys look like when you were a kid?
Oh.
Well,
Who's
Vaughn's
first?
like his like I forget what it's called. Is it a witch handle? The horn, like the crown of like thorns around his head
Mm-hmm.
were not as prominent, so they're not like as grown out as they would be now in his more adult years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably just like small, itty bitty, like tiny, like almost horns probably popping out,
Mm-hmm.
but like small. I don't know how to describe it. And his hair is probably just much shorter. Oh, it's called a witch's turn, I think.
Oh, cool.
Like an elder cross. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Vaughn. Anybody else?
I guess I should go. I would assume it would be like really young. So you just see a small child, no mask, and his horns are more closed instead of like gapped open. Has like slightly torn, like homeless, torn clothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just see him holding on to like his little playing card deck.
Adorable. Yeah, I would say the age is like 5, 6, 7, depending.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Super.
More, but perfect.
Can I see the reflection of Victor? Or is it just ourselves?
If you can see each other, like it acts like a reflection. So if you guys are both staring at the same mirror, you're seeing each other effectively as
With
children.
the same reflection.
Yes. So you are seeing each other as children.
I'll see Etika will see Victor's reflection just frown for quite a while. And then turn
Vaughn
to their own.
will probably just look very horrified at his and try to avoid looking at it for a little bit.
What does Etika look like?
As Etika looks at supposedly the child version of himself, we would all see a relatively short, well-cut hair atop a more humanoid-looking form with pale skin, white hair, and typical farmer's clothes. But as Etika looks at the figure in front of them, they can't help but mumble, "Who is this?"
Oh,
Aww.
Oh. Okay.
so sad.
So
They look
sad.
genuinely confused by the image. They can piece together that it's supposed to be reflections of a younger self, but this is entirely unfamiliar to Etika.
Are we all close enough that like we all can hear him say this, or do we have to be like?
No,
Okay.
you're close enough. So I would say, so imagine like again in like a maze. It's about a 5-foot breadth that you can like
Oh,
you,
so
each of
definitely a
you
tighter space.
minus Selena, I don't know, or Holder could actually like put your hands out side to side and touch the mirrors.
Gotcha. In that case, Vaughn will kind of look at Etika in kind of a curious fashion and be like, "What do you mean? Do you not recognize yourself?"
Etika, there's just the tiniest hint of, like, I don't know what's going on and it's scary on his face.
Ooh,
But they'll just
Shaney.
shake their head no.
Yes.
with this, I'm assuming detect magic is still running.
It is.
So am I able to like tell like the thing, like the school of magic that it's from, or like what's going on, like if it's magic?
It's illusionary.
Ooh.
Well, it's kind of a mix. So some of these spells can be kind of a mixture, but it's definitely like the mirrors are enchanted with like an illusion style type magic. Not necessarily transfiguration, but yeah.
But definitely illusory.
Yeah, you can see, as kind of like my own flavoring, at the edges of each mirror, similar to what like you might see in Lord of the Rings with like glowing runes. You see like the art, like the draconic arcane characters in like just at the base of the frame where the mirror starts in each mirror. So it's the glass itself that is actually enchanted, not the framing.
Ooh, okay. In that case, Vaughn will kind of reach forward and like put his hand up to the mirror, kind of touching his childlike reflection, and then he'll look at the group and say, well, if it isn't obvious, we definitely have some illusion magic going on in this building.
Mm-hmm.
Rather potent ones at that.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to see into our past selves is no party trick.
Can I go?
Yes, of course.
So, the Madame Zelina that you see in the mirror is very, very different from the bescarved and hidden person. It's very obvious, if anybody hadn't noticed from this, that you now know that she is certainly a Harengon. She has big floppy ears that are way too big for her, and huge eyes that you notice very particular star-shaped markings in, as well as star-shaped markings on her face and the inside of her ear. She's got long lavender gray ringlets that look very particularly styled to look a certain way, and her dress is very prim and proper. You can tell that it was purchased for a decent amount of coin. She may be like 5 years old and about a foot tall, but she's dressed as like a full-grown adult, as if she's going to like prep school. She looks very buttoned up and not at all like herself. And seeing herself like that makes her give a frown, because she hasn't been that person in a very long time. And it's a little more information. If they're perceptive, this image of her gives a little more information to them than she would have ever told them at this point. It's everything that she keeps hidden with her outfit, and some like indications about her background are very obvious with this image of her as a young child.
Vaughn, having noticed this, will just kind of do like a little devilish, like impish kind of grin and look down at her in her reflection and go, well, well, well.
I didn't comment on your little tiny horns, okay? You can leave me alone. Maybe I used to dress bad. Don't read too much into it. Let's keep moving. Although
He'll
Halder
kind of
still
just
has to go.
chuckle.
Mm-hmm. Halder, what does your
Oh
little
my god,
guy
a
look
tiny
like?
a tiny bitty dwarf man.
Alder is essentially just a smaller version of him, like himself now, just no beard, and then kind of wearing like hand-me-down clothes, essentially from the orphanage. Just kind of like you could tell they don't fit him right.
Buddy, okay. Covered in a little bit of dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
All right. As you guys continue kind of down this like first corridor, you have a choice of left or right. Does your party stay together? Or do you split the party?
I was about to make an inside joke. Damn.
Knowing
Understand that going left is always the correct answer. Always. No matter what.
Definitely going right now.
Mhm.
You're going to regret this decision, Pastel. I'm just saying.
Vaughn will kind of look at both paths and like kind of like almost like he's been like thought, like just thinking like, and he'll just remind the group that there's like magic that's already been detected inside. You should probably be very careful.
I've never been to this particular attraction before. It's not really my thing. I do the illusions. I don't visit the illusions. So I think we should stay together, but I'll go whichever way you guys want. And I want to reach up and grab Victor's little hand. Well, my little hand, his normal size hand.
You.
I do want to say,
Adorable.
it's at this point that Halder and Zelina, you guys do realize you've never actually stepped foot in the Hall of Illusions. There are whispers that the Hall of Illusions the hall is haunted. Weird things happen. It's very unnerving, and there's a reason why, like, in general, especially, you know, the fact that your pathway is like dealing with like fortunes and everything. Water mirrors are always like doorways, essentially, or windows,
Oh God. Quick, somebody say Bloody Mary.
right?
No!
We will
right.
not be doing that, Vaughn. We will not.
All right. So does the party stay together?
Guess so.
Sure.
The
I
best
mean,
option.
it's a maze after all.
I think
Wonderful.
we will.
Wonderful. So, choosing left, yes?
We can
I
flip
wanna
a
say
coin.
Right.
Right? Yes?
We can leave it up to
I've
fate.
said my
ooh.
piece. I've said my piece.
Can I do a minor illusion of a coin and like awkwardly flip it for everybody?
Yes, you can.
Period. He does that.
You choose which side it lands on. It's your illusion.
Sorry, I had popcorn in my mouth. He'll look amongst the group and just kind of go heads for left, tails for right,
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
and then he'll flip the coin.
You choose which side it lands on. It's your illusion.
Oh, you
Control
did say
every
that.
aspect of the illusion.
I was gonna
It
say,
100% lands tails.
All right.
Oh,
Which is left?
I was,
Right.
Etika kinda
Right.
just-
God damn it.
Just Etika kind of just like
What
stares
is
at
what's
you
going left?
as you like. He doesn't even watch the coin flip. Just stares at you as you attempt it.
All right. Looks like right is the decision. And quote fate, quote unquote, has chosen for you. So, all right. So your party starts going right. I need everybody to make perception checks for me, please.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Captain? Oh
You're so
no.
welcome. You're so welcome.
Where is my
Perception,
character sheet?
perception.
Can I have my character sheet? Thank you.
Perception.
Oh, I was so close to a nat 20.
Where the hell's my perception? There it is.
Finally, a good perception check. My first one.
This isn't fun anymore.
Oh. So
Oh no.
most of you are maybe just enamored with what you actually looked like in the mirrors, and they do change over time. You're literally watching yourself grow up the further and further you progress. Just kind of like watching yourself through history. I mean, I want to say that this world, we don't have cameras, so it's very, very rare that you actually see your own reflection unless you're staring in a mirror, which is kind of like a highborn thing. Most people don't even own mirrors.
Silver is expensive.
Silver's very expensive, so like you're taking time, and everything is lit on either side, like from floating candles. So like there's this weird, eerie cast of shadows that is occurring as you make your way. And Zelina, there is like, as you guys begin to navigate, you're like, this isn't one where it's like super important. Maybe the first left or right was, but for the portion of the story, your group kind of winds their way through the maze, and there's a point where the group is passing by a corridor, and Zelina, your ears perk up, and you turn your head just in time to see kind of down the corridor, probably about 20 feet or so, at what looks like to be the end of another corner. That halfling that you had witnessed run into the Hall of Illusions, and you witnessed them hand in hand with someone wearing some sort of pig's mask step into a mirror, and
Oh, nah, I've seen this movie.
echoing kind of among the walls that makes your ears twitch a little bit more, is a ring that lands in front of said mirror.
Selena is holding Victor's hand, so she's gonna pull on him to stop him and point at the ring down the hallway and point it out to him. I'm not sure what just happened, but I just saw people disappear into a mirror.
They both disappeared, right, Shaney?
Yes.
Okay. At first I understood it that it was just
perhaps we go down this hallway. I think they dropped something. I'm curious.
Hey, we definitely should.
All right. So the group kind of pulls a different direction going down that hallway. And Zelina, from what you remember, like the person in the pig mask was the same height as the halfling. So they were both short, effectively. And as you guys walk up to the mirror, you look into it, and all of you now are older. And that like gold band, or a gold band, a ring, is sitting on what looks like they laid down like carpet. It's not quite on grass, but like a soft grass. Like you can see it shining in the reflection of like the candlelights in the area.
Okay, this time I do want to cast the Identify spell. I want to pick up the ring and cast Identify on it.
Okay.
Would my Detect Magic still be running as well?
I would say you're coming at the end of it. But yeah, there's you get the sense that ooh, give me a second. Let me look something up.
I knew it.
This would become a horror movie.
You're welcome. There are remnants, like when you walk up, like it almost traces of conjuration, kind of like almost like stardust in the reflection of the mirror.
Okay.
And for Zelina, the ring on the ground is actually a mundane ring.
She would, identifying that it's not magical and it's not going to hurt her at all, she would examine it further to see if she notices any like maker's marks or inscriptions or anything special about it that could give her information.
There's actually no maker's mark, but there is an inscription on the inside of the band that reads, here, let me find the name of that real quick. Sorry. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There we go. For Ween, with love from Ruben. And I'll type this for you.
Clearly this is very important ring to someone, but I think that the person I saw go through here was the halfling from outside, the one whose partner was affected by the box.
Oh.
I wonder if they're together and this was, if Ween and Ruben were the two people outside.
Vaughn will kind of touch the mirror as like the last traces of his Detect Magic kind of fade. There was definitely some sort of conjuration here. Did you see where it came from?
I didn't see magic being cast, no, but I did see the halfling that we saw outside and someone about the same height, but wearing like a pig mask. It was very weird. I didn't recognize them, but it looked like they walked through this mirror.
Did we say the inscription out loud?
Yeah, she did.
Perhaps the person wearing the pig mask was named Ruben. Could it be possible that this is his ring? Or their ring?
I'll just step in here real quick. So what you guys witnessed in the beginning was the person who fled in the outside had knelt like he was proposing. And then the person like laughed, felt like the person who was getting proposed to laughed at the proposal, like started laughing, and the person who had been doing the proposing, embarrassed that it apparently failed, ran into the tent. I super apologize if that was not clear.
I thought it was the other way around.
I think this was the ring he was proposing with outside.
So definitely not Pig Mask.
No, I think he came to the carnival with the one outside. I think they arrived together, and then that, who you say, Tasha, put some kind of spell on them.
I mean, that would make sense.
I've
have
seen people falling prey to laughter in this area before. I just am unfamiliar with the actual mechanics. The only thing I can think is that he's given up on his love because of that and gone off with Pig Mask.
Etika seems rather overthinking this. At least that's what you can tell.
And the magic on the mirror is gone, so we can't follow them through it.
Correct. In fact, you guys are staring at older versions of yourself.
How old?
We're talking like 70s, 80s, the equivalent. Like you are, what is
Old.
Old.
Could I take a step back, actually?
Yeah.
You said we were basically traveling through the years.
Correct.
I'm going to send you to DM to just make sure this is okay, because this is pretty important.
Okay.
Yep.
Yvonne kind of looks at himself in the mirror, and all of his hair has gone like stark gray. Like,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say gone in general. It was like
Absolutely
you're going bald
not.
already by 60. What did you
Absolutely
do?
not. But or maybe I'm gonna go more like salt pepper. Oh, because I love a
I'll
good salt
take
pepper.
that. But
But anyway,
I was ready to be like, what do you mean you're
you can
bald
see his
already?
hair. His hair has gone salt and pepper. You can see like crow's feet around his eyes and like a smile line and all that, and some of his
smiles?
branches around his head are like broken off or snapped, but not all of them.
Not the broken off and snapped.
Listen, they're like tree branches.
Zelina is startled to notice that she looks remarkably like her grandmother, and it makes her a little sad because she knows her grandmother is very close to dying, just from old age.
It's so sad.
She's almost 100.
Oh,
God damn.
And that makes her sad a little bit.
Vaughn kind of likes what he sees, and he's kind of like fluffing his hair and just kind of like indulging himself in what he thinks may be his future someday.
Someday.
I would point out that something interesting happens in the mirrors as we continue on. Etika's form through the reflections, after some time, like early into adolescence, suddenly skips forward.
Like, what
It'll
kind of
go
skip are we
from-
talking?
9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, and then suddenly easily in their 20s. And then it stays like that for some time.
I mean, isn't
lot
that
of
what
time.
we're all doing?
No. It skips forward.
So effectively, it
noticeable
looks
skip.
like his teenage years did not happen.
Didn't exist? Okay.
He went from like adolescent to adult when you guys were like slowly going from adolescence, teenage, adulthood.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. And do you want us to have noticed that too?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you
Gonna
for
be honest,
clarifying.
Vaughn probably doesn't realize what's happening.
And that's totally fair.
Because he's still just indulging himself in the mirror.
Zelina's been very much trying not to look at herself because she doesn't want to remember her childhood, so she's She probably would have noticed that because she's paying attention to everybody else's images. But I don't think she'd say anything though. Because that's kind of heartbreaking to see that someone skipped over part of their childhood.
It was from early adolescence, maybe 15 years old at the most, to suddenly older 20s in a flash.
Selena can see that Halder is still staring at the fucking ring, so she throws it to him. I guess this is a mystery we're not solving for now. You can take it.
And you know he's gonna hang on to it too.
Looks at it before quickly putting it in his pocket.
I just realized too, it's a halfling ring, so it's tiny.
Good size for me, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, so after that, it's actually, you're kind of near the end of the hall, and you guys start seeing kind of the light at the end of the tent, and it opens back up, and you kind of circled back around, where you thought you were kind of going from front to back of the hall. You actually ended up on the other side of Madame Zelina, coming out. Let me switch here between this tent here.
so we're
Right.
already out of the building?
You are.
Oh, no, I'm sad we chose right.
You guys kind of
I told you.
start blinking around, and you could have sworn that the carnival was a little bit brighter, and it was just a little bit brighter as the mood comes down just ever so slightly.
No, we worked so hard for that.
Can we look over near the Tasha's box and see if that other person is still there, the one that was proposed to?
Mm-hmm. They are not there anymore.
No. No.
Sad.
You can make a perception check.
Sure, I'll make a perception check.
Just let them down.
Because I'm so great at those. Fuck. Fuck.
No.
Damn.
Man,
You get distracted by Halder looking at. He's like playing with the ring like a fidget spinner. So you like look, and then you also get kind of like sidetracked a little bit and mesmerized by it spinning on his palm.
I think Zelena would be a little frustrated because she kind of did want to find the person that ring belonged to. So I think she would ask the group, did anybody see where they went? Did anybody notice? Maybe
Ron will
somebody
shake
else
his
can do a
head.
perception check.
Yeah, I'll try. As one of the tallest in the group, or the tallest in the group. Does it work?
Ooh.
Do I see them?
Okay. So kind of looking around, you hear some cheering and whatnot coming from like the snail racing area, and you look over, and because of your height, you're kind of able to easily see between the tents and the trees to where the stands of the snail racing is. And you see that same halfling sitting on the front row with a box of or a bag of popcorn, just very, very sad.
Oh.
I found them. They're in front of the snail race. Is that fucking Australian? The fuck did I throw out?
I don't know. Yeah, but they're in
Cute,
they're
though.
they're in the stands here, sitting
trust
watching.
me, you won't get your voice right until like session 10. It's fine.
I was 5 for the past 3.
Would you all hate if I was totally intrusive and went and bothered that person? Will you come with me?
When I
Bob
say
will
we
kind of
should
shrug
go.
and be like, okay.
All
We might
right.
have a bigger issue though. How do we pry the ring out of this one's hands?
Yeah, Halder,
I
what are
have
you doing with the ring now?
He looks up from, like just watching it spin and goes, "What? What ring?" As
Okay.
he just clenches it in his hand, hiding it.
Okay. And with that, your group makes their way towards the stand. How how do you approach this sad halfling sitting on the edge of the stand there, just kind of eating a bag of popcorn piece by piece?
Oh shit.
I'll say effectively you guys are like 10 feet away, so like the group doesn't like pounce on the person, so you can figure out how you want to approach them.
I think this might be a bad call, but what do you think if we just yell the word ween and see if they look up?
I mean, it would be the fastest way to find out if it's them.
The proposing person would have been Ruben because the inscription was to ween. So if this is the right person, they might answer to their name.
Truly.
But the person that it was the person that did the proposing that ran off crying, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the other one was laughing.
Okay. So that would have been Ruben, and then the laughing one is Ween. Yeah.
Okay, I got a little tiny rabbit voice, so I'm gonna like elbow Victor and be like, "Hey, yell ween. See if you look up."
Oh.
Sure, I'll do it.
Instead, okay, hang on.
Oh.
Instead, can Vaughn remind everybody that he can cast a message and just like say the name to them?
That's so much creepier, dude. Wait,
That's
let me say that again. Vaughn, that would be so creepy. Can you imagine hearing a like psychic message or like a whisper in your ear saying "ween" and it's your name? No, that's so creepy. We just yell it like normal.
Okay, Victor, go do your thing, I guess.
Shoulders. Ween.
I've never
Just
said
stand
ween
up and
so much
grin.
in like less than 10 minutes.
It's the ween episode.
Oh my god. All right, Victor.
Vaughn
Vaughn.
will roll his eyes and just go,
I'll do
Victor,
it.
go on, go do it. Kind of upset that he didn't get the chance to be creepy.
Oh. Is that how you yell ween? Is like a pig? Ween! That's how you do it? Okay. So mid like pulling one popcorn out, hearing ween!
The fucking pig call.
The halfling on the stand like looks up and like left to where your group is and like tilts his head. Very clearly there's like tears streaming down his face. And like and just looks confused and kind of does like a very confused wave with the popcorn in his hand. And he's trying to they look like they're trying to figure out and like place you guys.
I think Zelina would wave in a very friendly way and try to gesture him to come over. So they don't have to talk in the stands around all the people.
He stands up, kind of, you see some popcorn kernels fall off of his lap onto the ground. He's like grabbing the bag as if it was like a teddy bear and walks over to you guys. Hello there. You called my... Do I know you?
Vaughn will just kind of roll his eyes and shrug. No.
Are you Ween?
I'm Ween, yeah.
Hello, my name is Madame Zelena. I am the fortune teller here at the carnival. I can't help but think that you shouldn't be crying in such a joyous place. The spirits are telling me something horrible may have happened. Maybe a sad thing.
I laughed at Ruben. I didn't mean to. I was looking at the mannequin and I think I saw him on his knee and I couldn't help it. I tried to stop, but it just kept going. It kept happening and now I can't find him.
My love, I have good news and I have bad news.
Oh, okay. Who are you
Which
again?
one do you want first? Madame Zelena.
Oh.
Fortune teller, knower of secrets, teller of tales. I understand your pain.
Do you know where Ruben is?
Not in specifics. That would be the bad news. I do think he may have gone through a portal.
He left I just was laughing. I was trying to find him. Tell him it was. I didn't mean to. He's gone.
I pull out one of my scarves and give it to him to blow his nose.
Oh my god.
We were doing so well. We were having such a nice time.
It's
Good
okay, my
sir.
love. It's okay.
If I may ask you a question. When you were laughing, were you absolutely out of breath?
Yes, I couldn't say anything.
Edka stands back up and kind of just grins. Very interesting.
Sorry.
No, Wayne, it's okay. That is what I meant by good news. I don't think it was your fault. I think you may have been affected by something.
That would
Vaughn will
make a
kind of
lot of
interject.
sense.
Vaughn will kind of interject. It was definitely some sort of enchantment, just so you know.
Yes, we looked into that box you were standing nearby, and I've definitely seen a lot of laughter there, but never in such an unfortunate timing. And I think she would turn to Halder and gesture for the ring, hoping that he'll give it to her, but willing to negotiate if he won't. Halder?
Alder, like, slowly takes his hand out from behind his back and drops the ring into Madame Zelina's hand.
She has the potion of advantage, which is golden sparkly. So I think she would pull that out and say, "Here, a consolation prize. You can play with this. It's golden sparkly, like you like. But you can't keep. It's mine. But you can borrow."
Giving baby the keychains.
Yeah.
Swap out.
What
And then
is
she's-
that?
She's gonna show him the ring and say, "This is how we know your name. He dropped it when he left."
He kind of like looks at it, and you guys are pretty close to like. You're probably a little bit shorter than this halfling here. As I'm trying to like level set how exactly short halflings are also shorter than dwarves, but yeah, he looks at it, he goes, "My Reuben, I would have said yes. I thought I was where did he go? What portal?"
It was in the Hall of Illusions. There was someone with him, I think, that may have been taking him away somewhere to calm down. I don't know what the situation is, but all hope is not lost. And she takes his hand in her little paws and says, "I know in your future you will see Reuben again. You will find him. You will find your love."
You mean
Through this
it?
explanation, Atika's
I
gaze
do.
snaps to Zelina with a worried look on his face.
We are always reunited with the ones we love in the end. Whether it is soon or it is long, you must maintain that hope, and you must look for Reuben.
Okay. I still don't understand. He
It's
went.
okay, neither do we.
Okay. Thank you.
At your service. Then Vaughn will give like a sarcastic kind of bow.
Okay.
Zelina will kick him in the shin.
He instantly kind of buckles down like ah.
Yeah, that's a bunny. That shit's gotta hurt.
Uh-huh.
Ignore my friend. He likes. Never mind. Just never mind him. You keep hope, my friend. And if we hear anything, or if we see them again, we will try and find you and let you know. You'll be here for the rest of the night. Yes? Don't leave yet.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to go too far because what if he came back? And this is where we started. We actually like to ride snails. That's how we met. Okay. Oh, thank you. You work for the carnival, right?
Yes, my tent is just down the way there. You see the tent with the curlicues on top, the white stripes.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't find me and you need help, go there and speak to my mistress. She will help you. Her name
Okay.
is Madame Kaida.
Madam Kaida. Okay. Do you want this back? And he holds out the handkerchief.
No, you can keep that for free.
Thank you. I just need to get this out. Thank you. And he turns around and he like makes his way back to the stands.
I don't know how to make that better.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know
we
what we
don't.
could do.
I feel like we don't, at least not at the moment.
What you said was enough for now.
Vaughn will look down at Madame Zelina and just kind of be like, did you have to kick me that hard?
You
Yes.
deserved it. The most important thing my mistress has taught me is that we must give everyone a good fortune, even if it only lasts till they leave the tent. They need that hope. Hope is what drives us. Hope is what helps us keep going. If Ween has hope he will find Reuben, then I believe he will.
Vaughn kind of shrugs like, yeah, I can't argue with that logic.
I'm giving away too many of my secrets.
You really are, Madame Z.
Well, it's at this moment in which hope is mentioned, the lights begin to flicker.
Oh.
As a sign.
Oh my god, we're on hour 7!
You're starting hour 8.
Oh, shoot.
As it is sign
can't
for the crowning of the Witchlight monarch to begin. And just like when the big top extravaganza happened, a lot of different carnival workers start coming out and letting folks know to make your way to the big top. This is like the big finale. Does your party do anything as they make their way to the big top?
Ooh.
I feel like we need to improve the carnival's mood somehow.
You're welcome to do a little jig before we enter the tent.
I can help.
Perhaps with all our skills combined, we could put on a little show outside the big top as people are going in, keep them in high spirits.
Do we have enough time for that?
Halder and I
always
can do
enough.
tricks pretty quickly. We're no
With
acrobats, but we've got
with
our skills.
my particular skills, I feel like that would be quite an easy feat.
And the lights, when they flash, Zelina, you would know you have like 20 minutes before the start. So if you guys like do a light jog, there is potential you could catch most people.
What's the quote-unquote season here? Which one are we going for, I guess?
Neverwinter, I would, and I think I said like springish.
Probably like late spring, early summer.
Yeah, I would say late spring, early summer. The days are longer.
I think, okay, so I guess, do we want to walk over there first and, like, plan on the way?
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
I think between the whole day, we've all discovered we have our own particular skills, right? Victor, you make beautiful music. Myself and Halder, we can do acrobatic feats. And you two, Vaughn and Etika, you seem very good at illusions. Perhaps Victor sings a song? Or, wait, did he sing or did he play an instrument? I can't remember.
Wait, as a violin.
Victor, perhaps you play your violin. Maybe, Vaughn, you could either accompany him or do some illusions. And perhaps Etika could use some of his beautiful nature magic to entertain the crowd while we go in. And, you know, how they can just throw me like a rag doll.
Why not dance instead?
She kind of looks at Halder like, do you know how to dance? Actually, she says that, do you know how to dance?
Alder
Same.
gives like a confused, kind of nervous look and just shakes his head. No.
By the Moon Maiden. Wait.
I just had a thought.
Yeah?
I still have my unseen servant. What if it just like carried Halder and made it look like he was dancing?
Do you know how to dance?
Touche. Probably not. At least not well enough.
By our silver moon. See, this is why the Fae need to give more influence.
Madame Selena is
Everything would
going
be so much
to
more beautiful.
readjust her veils
Mhm.
and just kind of seal herself in sigh and says, "Well, I guess I'll have to do it myself. I'm going to lead."
Wait, at the
She's
very
gonna
least-
lead him.
at the very least, I may ask for guidance in the sake of Halder.
I still have one bardic inspiration as well.
Inspire him.
Vaughn
Through
just
my
kind
music,
of
I'm sure I could give something of it.
Vaughn
of a
kind of
guiding
looks
hand.
down at Halder and like kind of squints his eyes and then gives him like a big old sarcastic wink.
This is the least inspiring display I've ever seen.
Listen, it's the best I can do.
You don't have any words? I
Probably
thought you were a
leave.
bard.
You got this, Halder.
I was about to say, flirtation ain't inspiration.
I just
Alright, we're
imagine.
running out of time.
I just imagine like the anime wink, and it takes place.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was
Come on,
thinking.
I
Yep.
will find us a stage and I will morph it to the best of my ability.
There are plenty of barrels and crates that are just kind of like haphazardly around that you could potentially grab. But why don't you all? So like, effectively, you could make your own scene, set the scene for me, and then I'll let you know what to roll.
Well, first and foremost, I want to find something of a grotto, or something as close as I can get to it, someplace with grass and a lot of it.
Create it.
It's kind of funny because where Tumble Stream is actually standing is like right here. There's grass to the left of Big Top. It's like there's this little post here for the lights, and there's grass to the right of it that you can.
That could be our spotlight.
Madam,
We know that the Zelina can hang from the string lights too.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we drag over some of the crates and create like a little mini stage, but with plenty of grass around it for Etika? And have Victor and Zelina and Halder get up there, and Victor can play and they can dance, and you guys can do whatever kind of magic you want to do to make it fancy.
what kind of dance are you thinking?
I don't-
Attica will start to step forward and raise their hands out.
Play something jaunty, Victor. And she will take the male side of a dance and lead him in like a little something between a waltz and a square dance. Something
Honestly, I
upbeat.
was thinking a tango.
Let's
don't
not,
think that would
let's
fit
not
the
haunt
venue.
Halder with something as difficult as a tango.
All
I
right.
will just let everybody know right now I am out of bardic inspiration
Fuck.
after that. Just
Oh,
saying.
never mind.
Just
Okay.
saying.
Until I think Bardic Inspiration comes back from a short rest, right? Or is it only a long rest?
I think it's a long rest. Hang on.
You might be right. Die changes.
You gain any expended
Long
uses when you
rest.
finish a long rest.
Yep. So effectively, what that means for newbies, that means you guys have to take 8 hours sleep for that character to gain everything back. Oh,
So literally the entire carnival worth.
yeah. All right, so you guys make your stage. I like to imagine that from the snail racing to the big top, you guys were at a light jog planning this out, like right next to each other. And you kind of easily are able to pull everything together, get the stage going, hop on. You missed some of this.
There.
Perfect. You missed probably like the first third, but like the bulk of the rest of the carnival goers are starting to come in, and some of them are like noticing some of you just because you all have been all over the carnival. Some of you were part of the Big Top extravaganza. Some of you won snail racing, etc., etc. You have a little bit of renown is what I'm trying to communicate here. So you are already catching eyes. Some of you are known as the performers. Already there's kind of a natural crowd starting to gather in front. So with that being said, for this, because you're trying to effectively raise the the carnival mood, and it's kind of like this is like the end game, right? We're gonna do a series of 5 rolls, and to pass, it's basically a group check. You guys have to succeed 3 times out of 5
Ooh.
to
Are
raise
we
the
doing
mood.
performance checks?
Well, that's where the group effect comes into play. You guys are setting up a performance. So when it comes time, whoever wants to add to the performance in whatever certain way, they can step forward and basically be like, I want to roll here and you can convince me if like, for example, say Halder's trying to lift Zelina up or throw her or chuck her, that would be like an athletics check, right? Versus like somebody trying to perform, and that would be a performance check. Just trying to lend to your guys' different strengths.
Mm-hmm. If I do one, it should definitely be performance.
Okay.
What are you guys good at?
As well.
Minor performance persuasion.
Oh, if you're doing the illusion parts, whatever.
My specialty is probably, if I had.
I also
guess,
have
nature.
deception.
It's not nature. Holy shit. Well, nothing I have here really works here.
Rip.
So I guess I'll just do performance.
Okay. So this is
Is your performance better than your nature? Because you were going to do nature magic, probably.
It is, interestingly enough. I don't
Okay, cool.
intelligence.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so just so I understand, right, you guys are doing a dance number with a live band?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of sorts. I'll work on the stage and the scene.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah, that's it. Stage
And
effects,
I
all
think
that kind
that
of
the
stuff.
last roll should be Halder doing either athletics or acrobatics or whatever's better for him to do some kind of trick like throwing her up in the air as a finale.
Definitely gonna be an athletics check.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think Vaughn will probably chime in with his flute, kind of probably do a performance check as well.
Can I find a stump? Like a tree stump?
There's a mushroom nearby that was enlarged by the carnival being here, so you can stand upon the stump or the mushroom if that's what you're going for.
I think a tree would work better because I want to grow it.
You want to grow it.
From underneath.
Just
I want
makes
to
sense.
grow and learn how to grow.
Sure. There's a stump.
Okay.
All right. So, with the beginning chords of the violin that's playing, let's see. It's Zelina and is it Etika that's dancing? Sorry.
It's Zelina and Halder dancing.
Halder dancing. Perfecto. All right. So you guys begin your steps. Have you guys ever danced together in public?
We've done acrobatics, but I don't think we've ever danced because she didn't even know if he could dance.
Adorable. Okay. So there's a little bit of nervous energy going through here. Let's see. Let's do a performance check for the violin to start off.
Perfect. Not bad.
Okay. DC for everything is 12, by the way.
Pew!
So that is 1 success.
Period.
Hooray.
All right. Without even making sure the violin is tuned, it's very impressive. You take out. Where does it stay? How do you keep your violin? Is it in a case? Is it magically kept
It's in a
somewhere?
It's in his hat. His giant hat.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Bells.
Wonderful.
I love it.
So there's a bit of a flourish that takes place as you remove the violin and probably take the bow from like one of your sleeves, and you begin your musical accompaniment of the dance here. And Halder and Zelina, you guys start your steps. Who wants to roll next?
And if we started with violin, probably me then, since Vaughn will be playing the flute.
Oh, sweet.
I believe.
Oh.
Oh, I did not roll. Hello?
Might take a
Oh, I
second.
did.
Uh,
Okay. That is success number 2. All right. Very, like, it's so interesting. You guys just met, and yet your energies are beginning to sync together, and easily you were able to pick up the same tone, the same octave, and the beat begins to flow ever so nicely. For, you said waltz, or like do you want like more of a waltz or more of a square dance vibe?
More like a upbeat square dance vibe.
Okay, wonderful.
But she's basically basing her dance on waltz because that's what she knows.
Yeah. You begin taking your steps. You're getting to like the middle part of whatever this performance is, so you're like in the flow of it. Zelina, do you want to roll?
Okay.
You got
this.
Oh, it's so
Oh
close.
no! So the fact that Halder has never really danced too often, not as much as you, that kind of shows in your guys' steps as you're still trying to work out. And also, you know, he's a little bit kind of more blocky, and probably used to leading. So there's a little bit of kind of just, it doesn't look as natural as maybe. But the crowd, you know, is still starting to gather. You haven't failed entirely. We still have 2 more rolls to go. Who would like to roll next?
Well, we said Halder was going to go last, so sounds like Atika.
Etika, with the setting up of the stand, you're basically being like performance production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm the
Stage manager?
The techies, if you will.
All right.
The
How
techie.
how are you providing light or sound or any of that nature?
Etika will kind of walk over to a stump and stand on top of it with a very gentle, almost elven stance.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of 1 foot flat, the other on the toes. And with a single flick, the cane turns into another flute. And he'll begin to play much deeper, almost alto, slow notes. And as he does, the tree starts to grow back into the form it once was, very slowly.
Okay.
And I want to kind of shape the tree so that there is a beam of moonlight shining down on both Zelina and Halder.
Okay.
Like a spotlight. Love it.
Out of curiosity, how are you able to grow the tree?
I think I have Druidcraft.
Please tell me you do.
So
I'm
Druid.
pretty sure I do.
So for an
Oh my
entire,
god, I don't.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
but also just for everyone's reference, so Druidcraft cantrips not that strong. It's like you grow a dandelion, an entire tree. That's like there's a spell called plant growth where you can actually grow entire trees. So there are limitations to what you
no.
have. So you can do like flowers and all that kind of stuff. But if you have other stuff like I think the minor illusion cantrip, you can do like lights and sparkles and.
I am a Fey Lost, so
Okay.
at the very least, I will start to. Well, instead of doing that, I will start to grow the flowers around me, directing towards them.
Oh.
Kind of form a massive circle of all different kinds of Fey flowers that I've seen before.
Lovely. So kind of, I mean, the very stage that they're standing on is wood, is earth, is some form of that. So naturally kind of growing through the ground. I'll say for the sake of this scene, you're able to kind of grow a little bit of a selection, a variety of the wildflowers that you have seen in your time. Go ahead, I would say give me a nature check. Is
Alright.
that what you're going for?
Sure, I'm not that good at nature, but that works. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It does not matter, baby.
Okay. Okay.
hell yeah.
So with the natural 20, I will say with the effect of the flowers growing, anytime a flower blooms, a little bit of like pixie dust or stardust seems to kind of like come out and pew. Providing a wonderful kind of backdrop to Zelina and Halder as they are learning to dance with each other fluidly. All right, Halder. You guys have
Don't
succeeded
forget.
for this. This is kind of like the cherry on the top. So you have 3 successes, 1 failure. Halder, what do you do next?
Don't forget you have bardic inspiration.
I feel like Halder would be getting ready for like kind of a grand finale at this point.
Mhm.
Kind of similar to the first little performance that Halder and Zelina did, where he lifted her up and then tossed her onto the light,
Mhm.
but kind of spice it up a little bit.
Maybe like how swing dancers do the thing where they go and like throw them on either side of their hip and then like throw them up in the air.
Yeah. Something to kind of spice it up.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, that's great. Go ahead. Give me that athletics check, please.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So, you guys kind of vibing off the band that is currently following you. You're able to kind of take different cues. You guys have been around performance first. I mean, there's so many performers in the carnival that you can kind of tell when the song is coming to a swell, coming to a climax. And there's at one point where Zelina, is still kind of in the square space.
Episode is sponsored by. Sorry.
I know. This episode is sponsored
I
by.
wish.
She's kind of mid-step, and you decided to take a bold move, Halder. You are able to easily lift Zelina up, and you kind of, I would say, arms under her armpits, lift her up in the air like a swing dancer. You pull her down to your left hip, up again, pull her down to your right hip, and then pull her up again, and then spin her in the air and catch her. And she kind of does this like lovely little fall where she faces the crowd now as you are holding onto her waist. And Zelina, you're able to give a nice little flourish with your arms, being like ta-da, at the same time that the music kind of swells up and then swells down, just like as if something were to like land in water and the ripples begin to kind of die out. It's at this point that your party realizes instead of going into the big top, people have actively stopped going inside just to watch your group.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So what we're saying is
they are mesmerized. They start cheering. Some of of the other carnies start looking your direction. And when the crowd just kind of pauses after your performance, the carnies actually start clapping as well. And then the crowd starts clapping as well. Some coins start getting thrown at the base of your makeshift stage. And I'll say, I'll say the equivalent of whoever collects it up. There's a total of 2 gold and 5 silver.
oh yeah.
I get the feeling Zelina would be instantly dropped as Halder went to grab the coins.
Halder, do you drop Zelina to go get the coins?
I'm screaming.
I wouldn't say dropped, more of a hurriedly set
Like
down.
a rush set down.
It's like
Lifts her up,
Yeah.
sets her
Down,
aggressively
walks
down.
away.
Whatever crate that she's on kind of indents a little bit from the force of the set down. And at that point, some of the carnies kind of take the cue and go, wonderful, wonderful. Like, let's continue on into the big top. And you got your team kind of gathers up. And before you guys enter for the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, we're going to take a break.
Oh, thank God.
How much was the coins again so Halder can update his thing if he has it?
Yeah.
I
2
think
gold, 5 silver.
Thank you. Let's go ahead, take a 10-minute break. Be back here at 15 after.
Period.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
All right.
I thought I had your craft.
I thought you did too
I
after the big
genuinely
top.
did.
You grew
I
so many giant
swear.
things.
I swear I saw it. It wasn't. That was the biggest thing I tried.
I know
Well,
you
that's
did a lot
embarrassing.
of flowers.
At least you didn't fail
Well,
your
the flowers
performance
are
with a
fate
plus
lost.
fucking 4. Jesus.
The flowers are fate lost. That just happens. That's just a thing that happens. But like why did I think I had Druidcraft?
Who knows?
Oh, you know what it is? I changed my my domain from nature to order.
Right.
Well, shit.
She's literally proficient in performance and was the only one that failed. I can't.
You know, it's okay. Because you just only got... You could have gotten a natural 1. Could have been a chance.
Yeah, then I would have broken my leg.
That would have been terrible. But look at this. All you did was slightly off step.
Imagine she accidentally puts her foot under Halder's and just her foot is shattered.
I was gonna say, I
Man.
picture a nat one being Alder stepping on her foot.
No.
What? But she actually has pretty big feet. She's a rabbit, so that'd be pretty easy.
Yeah, but rabbit bones are also kind of smooth.
Tell you what though, I'll get Druidcraft first chance I get. Even if I have to take Magic Initiate, which I would probably do anyway.
I forgot what
Yeah.
spells Victor had, and I'm over here like, wow, he is truly something that is ready to just go in. Why?
Yeah, you're like, I think we made you a hardcore melee.
But he's also a spellcaster.
No,
'Cause
like
he's
you're
warlock.
like effectively a blade lock. This is what I see.
Yeah. Oop. Yeah, I was like, thaumaturgy.
I think you just get that for being a tiefling. What kind of tiefling are you?
I can't remember what we decided. What was the one with the hooves?
Those are ferals.
Yeah.
But even that, they have like a plane they hail from. It's complicated.
He hails from the streets.
I mean, if you're gray, that would technically be dis, but I don't know.
I gotta
He's
remember if I ever fail a dexterity saving throw, I have a hair and gun thing to help me.
not... Oh.
I forgot about it till just now.
Acrobat. I think that's a feat, actually. I don't remember what it does.
The hair and gun one that I have is lucky footwork.
Oh, yeah. It kind of works like halfling luck, but for...
Cute.
Yes. Oh, that's a weird way of doing it. Cool.
Yeah, I just get an extra d4.
Oh, today I learned that when we're looking at somebody else's character sheet, it's shared. Like if I click on something or if somebody else clicks on something, it'll move everybody to that page. It's kind of irritating.
Oh. Weird.
Yep.
Did I change your character sheet to your spell sheet? Because I wanted to see what spells you had.
Yep.
That's what was happening with me, because I kept clicking spells. I'm over here like, why is it going back to the main page? I want my spells.
What time are you to be back? 15?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Perfect.
I'll be back.
I still like the thought of sword burst though, just like going into like the middle of something. Oop. Was not supposed to do that. How do I undo that?
You don't.
Yeah.
Oh, all other creatures, not just one you choose. Huh.
Oh, nice.
Friendly fire, friendly fire.
Just don't get close.
You're right.
Close.
I'm a cleric. I'm back here. I'm the backline.
Can't
Sort
believe
of.
I'm like
Well, no, I'm actually kind of a rush
makeshift
cleric.
rogue. Just go in, jab, go out. Go in, jab, come out.
So you'll go in.
Go in, dance with the swords, and then walk out.
I have healing word, right? I do have healing word. Good, good. That's good.
Which does all this.
I have some fun things that I can do.
Do tell.
Go ahead and read that.
What am I reading? Voice of Authority. Starting at first level. I know this one.
Yes.
Tell me, 'cause that's what you like to.
I like it. I very much like it.
My bones. What is my funds looking like? So I kind of want boba now for some reason.
I am back.
Welcome.
And I have
Okay.
pizzas.
Hello.
Did you say welcome to chaos?
Yeah,
Always.
I mean, not wrong.
never wrong. I mean, I'm wrong like a good majority of the time, but shut up.
Never.
Never ever.
Getting
Also in the
back
middle of like
together.
drawing while doing this, so I'm just like, I love it here.
Period.
I was trying to use my iPad, but it died, so I'm like over here, like I have to pull out my drawing tablet, which means I gotta move like my keyboard and have my space for my mouse.
Yep. How unfortunate for you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all good.
Who do we think's gonna be the Witchlight Monarch? I'm so excited.
Me, because everyone loves Victor.
Stands behind Victor with a baseball bat.
Calm down, you grumpy old man.
Victor.
Better love you.
What?
Fuck, better.
Not the threat. Not the
I have
active threat.
good vibes.
Sure
Look
about
at
that?
my outfit. Everyone loves jesters.
I
Vaughn,
don't know.
if you
I feel
have
like clowns frighten people.
no, clowns frighten people. Jesters. Everyone loves jesters.
I don't think so. No.
What's your sources?
Me, myself, and
I'm
I.
back.
Just because you're scared of jesters yourself, Vaughn, doesn't mean you can say everyone's scared of jesters.
Aren't you assuming that he was? Please.
Welcome back, Vista.
Hey, welcome back. Pestel, did you turn up your fan or something?
No?
Oh,
Is it making noise in Discord?
I think so. At least a little
It's
bit.
off now.
Yeah. Maybe it was
Huh.
like the angle or something. I don't know.
Oh, you know what it is? We were playing DBD the other day and I had to change my mic because NVIDIA stopped working. I can change it back now.
Oh,
That should sound better.
Ooh,
Feel good.
that does.
Yay!
And you can hear the quality change.
I have a cat scratching at my chair. What do you want, child? Hello.
Oh my gosh. Bella was so mad it was raining today. She actually scratched at my door.
Oh.
She never does that.
She said, "Let me in, please."
Oh, my
Mom.
still hates the rain. So she, like, anytime we have to take her out, she just, like, looks so upset and defeated that she has to walk out in the rain.
Yeah, I would too if I had to go
Where's the
outside to go potty.
restroom? The potty.
All right. Is everybody back?
I
Hey,
believe so.
I'm back.
Wonderful. And how could I forget? I did not mention, but of course, you folks did raise the carnival to its max one more
Period.
time.
As we should.
As you did.
Kind of sad it dipped in the first place, but that's besides the point.
All right. So, as your group filters into the big top, where would you guys like to sit? Front, center, high top, as in like the high seats?
I feel like middle top or like middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Would be
last
best
time,
for our
yeah, we sat like a couple rows back, but in the middle. I think that's a good call.
Sweet. Yeah, and as you kind of make your way, people do like start clapping, and there's people like there's like kids pointing and like some of them flexing at Halder, and some of the girls just looking at Zelina like a princess.
Aw,
Selena's the next Disney princess. We all knew it.
Right.
confirmed.
So
Long kisses.
for this next part, functionally, I want to give you guys a choice.
Oh god.
The choice
like
is
choices.
I have in mind who I would choose as the Witchlight Monarch, but so I can choose for you, or we can have a group vote. And this
Ooh.
means like there's a point in the module that's like if the group doesn't like really care about the mood, like there's like a random NPC that I can choose, but I want to offer that to you because like anytime that player choice can come into play, I like to offer it. So again, I have in mind who I think, but what would you guys like to do?
Kind of
want
like
you
the
to
idea
decide.
of you choosing.
I as well.
Yeah, then we don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
But like our characters wouldn't know who's going to be picked either.
This
so it
is
kinda
true.
works.
Right.
Yeah,
It's kind of a neutral pick.
cool. Again, it's like had the module not said like give the players a choice, I probably would have been like, okay, and chose anyway. So the fact that it lends it there, still like to say it. All right. So, as you all take your seats, there's kind of this like excitement among the crowd. Still people like every once in a while are like looking back at you or side-eyeing. Some folks are like getting like pushed by their friend of like don't stare. As again your effect on this carnival has been very much felt this night. Zelina, it feels a little different, mostly just because you're like on the other side of the curtain. You know, in the back everyone's kind of getting lined up. There's gonna be some sort of parade, pomp and stamps, Halder, you would know this too. Specifically, Halder, you would know that your kind of boss, quote unquote, or like mentor, Hawthorne, is currently getting this massive displacer beast known as I'm gonna slaughter this name. Deer
Von Wild?
See how you guys pronounce this.
Dearlagron.
Dearlagron.
Dearlagron?
He's getting him fitted with like a massive like saddle and everything, as he is actually going to be carrying Mr. Witch in a wagon. So Hawthorne's role in this is kind of like the leadership of the carnival comes out for this, same as Madame Kaida, getting carried amongst some of the like the Firefly dragons that are there. So there's like this kind of hush among the crowd as the lights begin flickering and some of the fireworks begin coming out. The tumblers come out. If you've ever seen that movie with the dinosaurs where they become part of a carnival and like the curtain is like peeled back and the smoke comes out, like this is very much like an eerie but exciting effect. And this, I cannot stress, like it's almost like this displacer beast is a dire displacer beast. The shoulders probably like are at the height of Edga's shoulders.
Oh gosh.
And you guys watch as this very regal looking Aarakocra is sitting atop this displacer beast. Deep blue feathers. The tips at the end are like a silvered white. He is carrying in his right hand this massive looking javelin that looks like it has like almost like a Z pattern at the top of it, kind of like a lightning bolt, I guess is a better way to put it. And that the tip of which at the bottom, is kind of placed in the stirrup, so he's not holding it freely. So he comes out with kind of a lot of pomp and circumstance, wearing silver armor, going with the flow of the displacer beast, and slowly this massive wagon behind him enters the main stage, and you guys watch as Mr. Witch, who is just like sitting on a bunch of massive like velvet pillows, is just kind of looking amongst everyone, holding a watch and kind of doing the Princess Diana, the Queen kind of wave, looking at everyone. Some of the carnies are joining in and cheering. And eventually the wagon kind of circles round and stops in front of the main stage. At which case, let's see, Mr. Light, who comes tumbling in from the top of the big top, he does a bunch of like tumbles and twirls, and almost to the point where he looks like he's going to come in too fast before he kind of like almost starts feather falling and lands right next to Mr. Witch. At the same exact time, Mr. Witch kind of exits the wagon and they stand right next to each other. Like the timing is impeccable.
Spicy.
And there's a little bit of like the dust that kind of like flitters up a little bit, and like the fog starts to still kind of get a little bit thicker. You can almost taste it if you are super close to the stage. And the weather vane that Mr. Light has been carrying is glowing a different like deep purple bluish color. It's almost too bright to look directly at. You kind of have to look off to the side to even see any of the detail of it. And it's at this point, Mr. Witch kind of side-eyes Mr. Light and gives him a nod. And Mr. Light steps forward. Patrons, everyone, all. Thank you so much for coming to our carnival. I really hope you found what you were looking for. And I also hope maybe You found some laughter. You ate some good things. You found some new friends, discovered some new places, wandered a little bit too closely to the edge of the forest. Maybe even discovered something about your other friends. Regardless, at the end of all this, we hope you had a lovely, lovely time. Now, as you may have noticed, or maybe you didn't, that's on you. Throughout this night, there have been various points at which it seems our moods have been alleviated. And he starts kind of twirling the vein in his fingers and starts kind of like slowly walking in front of the stands. We really like to keep a tap on our patrons just to make sure you all are having a good time. And it's kind of a give and take, if you will. We provide you different experiences. Have a good time with said experiences. It also helps us weed out the ones who would not make it so you would have a good time. It's kind of like a security system in that respect. As you can tell, there was not much security going on this night, as it seems for the most part, everyone's had a wonderful time.
Bon kind of like slides down in his seat a little bit, remembering that he almost got kicked out of the carnival.
And it will notice the tone that was said with.
Mm-hmm. Now comes the point at which, honestly, it's my favorite part of our carnival. You all here to see the crowning of the Witchlight monarch. We do not take this decision lightly. In fact, to be frank, it is not my decision at all. I am but the keeper of the Witchlight vein that selects the monarch. Shall we see who amongst you it chooses this night?
Yes.
He pauses for the
Pause,
crowd.
cheer.
Yep. It's at this.
I cast silence on the crowd. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, not that.
It's at this point he kind of where the Witchlight vein has always been kind of resting his arms. He holds it out in front of him, and you guys watch as it spins brighter and brighter, and a thread of golden light starts to kind of spin around it as if it was like a tornado, getting longer and longer and longer. And then as it gets above probably like 5 or so feet, it shoots out from him into the crowd. And it weaves along like the front row, second row, kind of weaving its way, creating this, and like wherever it goes, there's this kind of natural golden light that seems to follow, to the point where it seems like that thread has gone through the entire crowd before it comes to your party, weaving its way to the tinier side of your party before it comes up in front of a tiny furry face, and the end of the thread just bops her little nose. Zelina, you have been chosen. The thread bops your little nose, and Zelina, you've seen this time and time again. Like this, tell us from your perspective, what does it feel like to be chosen as the Witchlight monarch in this moment for you? Pastel, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
So sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what was I supposed to be saying?
So you have witnessed this ceremony
Mhm.
half a dozen, probably if not more times, right?
Yes.
Now you're kind of on the receiving end of this in your entire journey with this carnival. What does it feel like and or mean to your character in this mode of time as you realize you have been chosen as the next Witchlight monarch?
Oh my my god! Wait, I totally spaced out and did not even hear that. I thought we were still in the. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Okay, so let me rewind.
Wait, maybe my ears went out or something. I did not hear that. Can you say it again?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No. Oh no. What
I
did?
thought we were waiting for somebody to respond. I think I just couldn't hear anybody. Maybe my Discord went out. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the last
Been having a
last
whole
thing.
journey.
Oh, the last thing that you heard was, shall we find out who the Witchlight Monarch is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yes.
So
It was
from
really cute too.
Okay, so from
God damn it.
no, you're fine. You're fine. I can totally do it again. So from there, Mr. Light, taking a cue from the audience, holds out the vein, and from the vein, there's this like golden thread that seems to kind of spin out from the top of it to the point where it kind of looks like a tornado of thread that is unraveling, and it goes up and up and up, kind of like a tornado, till it gets about 5 feet above the vein before it shoots out into the audience. And from there, the thread grows and grows and grows and seems to kind of weave its way through the audience. And wherever it goes, that little thread glows a little bit. So there's kind of this glowing effect. Eventually, the thread makes its way to your group and weaves its way under the legs of some of the tinier folk of your group before eventually kind of like a snake almost coming up in front of a little furry face, and the end of the thread just bops the nose of Zelina. Zelina's...
Yeah, I mean, especially this is her first time really being an audience member.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw at the Big Top show, you know, she stayed behind the curtain. She's always kind of in the shadows. She has her little corner. She's never really been in the spotlight so much other than her little tricks with Halder, which are usually to steal funnel cakes. So it's a big deal for her, but also a little scary because she's kind of incognito here. But she definitely feels the energy from the crowd and feels the magic that regular patrons feel. And knowing that this might be her last time in the Big Top, considering she's kind of quitting and knows they're probably going to go on this adventure for their bard friend, it's a very special moment for her, and she tears up a little bit.
Aww.
She's never had a chance to really feel like special for her talents, more what she can do for other people. So it's a very beautiful moment for her.
Yeah. And it's at this point, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are cheering for the chosen monarch. Please come join us. Come here, please. We must make sure you get crowned. Please come join us.
She looks kind of left and right and is like, wow, I am too tiny to, like, I'm gonna have to duck between some legs and stuff. And instead she just decides to bunny hop, use her bunny hop ability and hop over the people in front of her down into the ring.
Wonderful.
Oh, cute.
And as you guys kind of watch Zelina making her way down towards the center stage, it's at this point that Mr. Witch turns back to his wagon. And when he turns back around to the crowd, he seemingly has this like really nice looking mahogany box in his hands.
That was mahogany. Sorry.
That's why I always choose mahogany any chance I get because of that quote. Anyway, he kind of nods towards Hawthorne, who also gets off of his displacer beast, comes over, hands it to Hawthorne. Hawthorne opens the box, and inside the box is a glittering crown of golden butterflies. At this point, Zelina, you've reached the center stage, and Mr. Light just warmly smiles down at you. Zelina, please kneel.
She does.
And with that, Mr. Witch kind of scoots on over and places the crown of golden butterflies atop your tiny little head. And it actually, like, if he had let go, it would have fallen completely through your head. But as he's lowering it, the crown seems to grow smaller and smaller and smaller till it's the perfect size to fit your tiny little head. and there are golden butterflies. There's like little tiny like lights kind of glowing around it, and he smiles and he nods towards down you, and then he scoots off to the right before Mr. Light comes, and he has his weather vane, his Witchlight vane, and he goes, Madam Zelina, I have the pleasure to name you this eve Witchlight Monarch. And when he says Witchlight, he taps one shoulder, and when he says Monarch, he taps you on the other. Please rise, a monarch of our fine realm.
She stands up and faces the crowd, and she has never felt so tall in her entire life.
And with that, you are met with glorious, glorious cheering. If Zelina has ever like had a dream about what it would be to win a crowd completely over, that dream is currently coming true. Before you're able to like fully take it in, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light kind of like lift you up, place you in the wagon, and the lights grow even brighter as they begin this little parade around the high top. And Palasha begins a wonderful, joyous song as pixies begin abounding. All the other carnies kind of come out. And if this ever truly felt like a finale, like this is it. Like this feels like an ending of an era, as Zelina has really had a positive effect on the carnival. You notice, Zelina, that a lot of the carnies who kind of get bored of this event of this carnival, maybe they kind of knew, because no one ever really truly knows what the Witchlight Vane is going to choose, but perhaps the news of you leaving has already made its way through the carnival, and a lot of people have already showed up. So people you haven't seen show up for this part of event have showed up. Madame Kaida is even herself like trying to wipe away some tears. Do you do anything while you're in the wagon as it's like slowly making its parade around the big top?
I think she would just be grinning ear to ear, knowing that this honor was given to her because she was kind and not because of who she is and who her family is. It's something that she actually earned.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's actually just loving it and waving and blowing kisses to the crowd, and just completely has dropped the mysterious shtick and is just like giddy little 20-year-old girl, like so happy.
That's amazing. During this moment, Halder, you suddenly hear within your mind's eye Hawthorne speaking to you. He does it every once in a while. He has the ability. He doesn't use it too often. You hear in your head, Halder, we need to talk. Make your way to me after this, will you? You are able to respond, by the way. 20 words or less.
I feel like he responds, where can I meet you? Wait.
Like, wait.
Does he know where to find him, I'm guessing?
Yeah, the staff area. That's usually good.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can easily go back there, and that would be a place.
Okay.
All right.
It's not too far from where we have to go after, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
He responds yes. That he will meet him.
Wonderful. When Palasha's song concludes, Mr. Light leads Zelina actually out on a parade of the entire carnival.
Oh god.
The front entrance is completely kind of roped back, and the wagon starts making its way. Other guests begin to follow as Burley the Bugbear is setting off fireworks. Meanwhile, Hawthorne is helping Mr. Witch back into his wagon. As the displacer beast, Dear Legrand, is making its way back out. And currently now, Zelina is getting a grand figure 8 little mini parade of the entire carnival. And something special is also to note. The second that you were equivalently blessed, Zelina, you feel a charm take effect.
Ooh.
On your person. You are effectively charmed with the charm of the monarch. And I'm going to share this with you. There we go. It's going to be in a treasure folder. So what this is, it's a permanent effect that's on your person. But it's like you only get 3 expenses, I think. Let me read this. You can sprout. You gain after this. Yeah, you can use it 3 times. And on the 3rd time, the charm is gone.
What? Your girl can fly with butterfly wings? That's her favorite animal.
Yes.
I'm
Hell yeah.
freaking out. That's
I
so cool.
did not plan that at all. Like, I really didn't.
The butterfly crown, the butterfly wing power. This is so cute. The dead.
So yeah. So this the parade will take about 10 or so minutes. If you want to follow Zelina around as she does her little tour, you guys are welcome to. Halder, you would know this might be a good time to potentially dip out real quick, unless you want to witness Zelina and all of her lovely glory getting the tour.
This won't affect us meeting up with that person, will it?
No, like this is the
Okay.
parade is like part of the whole event essentially, and it's gonna come back to the tent and it'll end there. Inside the tent, excuse me. So effectively, I would say you have like 30 minutes until you need to meet up with her. 20 of that is the parade. So
Okay. She'd definitely be looking for her new friends in the crowd and hoping that they join, but it's up to y'all if you want to.
Oh, absolutely.
I do,
Yvonne is
for sure.
absolutely in the parade following behind.
What kind of friends would we be? Monsters?
Zelina, in your character sheet under any like titles, or I think there might be something on there, you can go ahead and put the title of Witchlight Monarch. That is something that will stay with you forever.
Well,
You.
Popped you a question, DM Shaney.
Oh.
You might get a chuckle out of it.
I will let you know later.
Okay.
But for now the answer's no. So let's see. Okay, so is anyone not going on the parade? Let me rephrase that.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Halder, are you choosing to go on the parade, or are you gonna dip out?
Halder is staying with the parade.
Awesome. Okay. So, over the next 20 minutes or so, there's a lovely little procession. During this time, whenever you pass any of the lights, they seem to glow ever so brighter. There's fresh petals wherever you go. Some of the trees are animated and start waving. Everything is just extremely glorious during this time before eventually the wagon makes its way back to the big top inside. Mr. Light takes you into the big top. Mr. Witch at this point is out front, letting all of the patrons know that now the carnival will be wrapping up in the next 15 minutes or so, and to safely exit. They will begin the carnival once more at twilight on the morrow, essentially. Inside of the big top, Zelina, you are helped out of the wagon by Mr. Light. And let's see where, there it is. He smiles broadly down at you and he goes, "We haven't had an ending like that in decades, dare I say. And as you know, it's probably been quite some time since the mood of our lovely carnival has been at the top. You have a big hand in that, little one. I thank you for your time here."
I think she would give him a little kiss on the hand and say, "Thank you for making this carnival my home. But I will say, the carnival would not be as bright tonight if it weren't for my new friends, so I'm very glad fate joined us together on this night, and I think you should be glad to have had them here as well."
I hear you. Do you wish to wear the crown a little bit longer? It will stay with you for probably the next 10 minutes or so before it's teleported back to that box.
She kind of grins cheekily and goes, "I'm going to wear this crown as long as I can."
Good answer, Your Majesty.
Oh,
She gives like a very bougie little bow and says, "Thank you very much."
Well, I think your new friends are waiting for you.
She nods and gives him one more smile, then runs over to him.
And with that, Mr. Light rides the wagon, or gets back in the wagon, and the wagon exits the rest of the big top, and you join the rest of your party.
Vaughn just kind of greets her with like a giant grin on his face, and he does this like sarcastic bow, but like kind of intentional and meaningful, but like the flamboyance of like a sarcastic bow, I guess. And
This
he'll
time she
go,
curtsies back at him.
and he'll go, "Your Majesty, I am not worthy." And then he'll start doing like the bowing with the hands towards her.
Stop. She does her best to like push him back up, even though she's not strong. Thank
He'll
you,
stand up
Etika.
like giggling, laughing.
And thank you for your help. You all made the carnival brighter tonight, and Mr. Light reminded me this is the brightest it's been in quite a while. You've all had a very significant impact on the people here.
Vaughn looks at her and like, "Really? Are you sure about that?"
She just crosses her arms and gives him a look like, "Shut up. Take the credit."
Even you helped in your own way, Vaughn.
If you insist. But he'll go back to grinning, like he's obviously very happy for Zelina.
All right. Halder, do you say anything, or are you going to choose to go back, or are you going to choose to stay with everybody?
You have limited time.
Halder says that he has to go talk to Hawthorne real quick.
Tell him hello for me.
Will do.
All right. Halder, you make your way back to the staff area. You can see a lot of the staff already starting to wind down from their various different shifts. It is at this point that you do see your other friend, I believe by the name of Volgul, who was working at a different area in the carnival. You guys just didn't happen, unfortunately, to go visit it, which is fine, but he's kind of winding down, stretching, gives you a wave, and currently you see Hawthorne over by the trailer that is Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, currently kind of rubbing down the Displacer Beast. He senses your presence and turns around and goes, Alder, seems like you had a good night tonight.
Yes, it was fun and interesting.
It's the most I've ever seen you kind of just walk around the carnival in one night. What changed?
Met some new friends.
Oh.
All right. I wanted to check in with you. I heard that Zelena's gonna be leaving the carnival.
I think I'm going to as well.
I had a feeling that might be the case. What are you folks gonna do next?
Adventure! Sorry.
That's the first thing that comes to mind is just adventure.
You can say that.
Kind of adventure around and see where things take us.
Were I your age, I wish I could adventure as well, my friend. Well, I had a feeling this day might come, but I didn't, I guess, expect it to come so soon. You can see he's feeling emotion, like sadness, care for you.
Oh.
He's somebody who, Vogel helped you kind of get in his good graces, but he's seen you at least as a mentee as he is a mentor to your person. And he's helped you in times where maybe you had, your sticky fingers get you into a little bit of trouble, and he stood up for you, and he's also trained you in the ways of some of the minor beasts, as well as probably was consistently a workout buddy of yours. You might see him as an older brother or a displaced father. He definitely sees you as family. He looks at you, kind of sighs. If I can't be with you, I could at least try and protect you in some way still. So, fuck Alder, I'm not good with pomp and circumstance. Here. And he turns around and he holds out that javelin that he had. He looks at you and goes, I want you to take Sparky.
Alder's eyes light up at the shininess of it, and then kind of snaps back and asks, "Sure."
Well, just don't fucking lose it. Yeah, I'm sure. Just make sure, you have a reason to come back to me, at least. Yeah?
I will make sure it gets back to you.
There's my boy. All right. Go with your adventures. I'll be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Halder kind of chokes up a little bit.
And you feel Sparky kind of zap your hand a little bit. You would know, and you've seen the effect. This is what Sparky looks like.
Oh,
Oh,
sick.
this whole time I thought we were talking about an animal or like a dog or something.
Nope.
No, and my brain was already like, is this guy
Screaming.
just like the thought of being Zeus? I kind of like it even
Double-bladed
more now.
spear. Neat.
Mhm.
Javelin.
That's so hot.
Spicy.
So you guys remember when I was like, oh, he's on the displacer beast and he has something to his right hand. It has like a little like thunderbolt thing. That's what I was describing.
That's so cool.
Makes
And he
sense.
named it Sparky.
He did.
I'm screaming.
So
So man of him.
Isn't it?
Yo, that's a crazy ability though.
You don't. So Halder, you do not have to do a function which is called a tuning in this game for it. But it does have like X amount of uses for it that you can only use it once and then it renews at dawn the next day. As far as like the lightning effect of it. Otherwise, like once you've used the lightning effect, you can still use it as a javelin, it just won't have the magic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. If you search for Javelin of Lightning in the compendium and click and drag it onto your character sheet, it will autofill it for you.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Side note: this program is so good.
Right. Super handy.
Shout out Roll20.
Right.
Shout out Roll20.
Hashtag not sponsored, but wouldn't mind.
Hashtag same.
All right. So Halder, you turn and you are just big grinning. Like this javelin is probably at least half a torso taller than Halder.
Oh.
And as the brambles kind of peel back, you guys watch, and this conversation honestly did not take more than 5 minutes. They are guys of few words. Like he
They are
knew
Men.
They
men.
say so much with saying so little.
Yep.
Now that they're men.
And you guys watch as Halder now is holding on to this like fancy javelin in front of you.
Wow. Why did he let you wait? Is that Sparky?
It is.
Oh. She also like knows the Beastmaster, so she knows how important that is to him.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like amazed.
Vaughn kind of looks at the spear and then back at Halder and like confused. He named it Sparky.
Maybe he was sentimental about it.
You named your pumpkin Gordon. You don't get to talk.
Vaughn just kind of bites
Seems
his lip and
cute.
nods like, yep.
All right. It is at this point that Tumblestrum kind of comes running over to your group. Oh, all right. I tried to give you all your space and everything, but time is kind of the essence now. We have about 10 minutes, probably less than that. We good to go?
Vaughn looks around to the rest of the group.
Selena
Yes,
nods.
This is the best speaking. Blah, blah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Follow me. And she takes your group back down the thoroughfare to the Hall of Illusions. Definitely also takes a wide berth. Of
Thank you. Jeez.
of that wonderful Tasha mannequin. And she gets up to the entrance, still kind of looking around. You get the feeling that a lot of the staff are just kind of like taking a rest. People are, still leaving. I would say like 85% of the carnival is now empty. Caretakers of various animals are happening. People are definitely still like taking note of you, especially Zelina, but they're not like full on trying to get your attention. So When she runs you up to the edge of the Hall of Illusions, it's just your group, and you're kind of hidden enough away from, I would say, like the wooden guardrails, and yet she still seems to take a kneel, and like asks you guys to kind of, or hints at you guys to kind of lean in. Okay.
I will.
Perfect.
I saw you all went in the hall before, yes?
For a moment.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you get deep enough into the hall, you need to say the following to open the window. Hither, thither, here and there. Wander yonder, show me where. Repeat that back to me.
Hither, thither, yonder
here
fair,
and
there.
here and there.
here and there.
Wander yonder, show me where.
Show me where.
Wander yonder, show me hair.
Where?
Where, not hair.
I'm going to just smack Yvonne on the shoulder.
Okay?
Listen, I'm not good at this.
A portal will open. Step through. I can't promise you exactly where you'll land, but from there, good luck.
You
Must we all
must.
say it?
Only one of you, but it will open for 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
You
6
are
seconds.
not
Switch.
coming with us. You can't enter, right?
I cannot. I've tried.
Any words of wisdom before we go?
That's all the words for that for me.
Beware of what you say yes to, and who it is to.
Oh, God. I'm more worried about Vaughn, to be honest. The guy can't lie.
You can't lie.
Lies don't mean no.
Watch that one. You might be
I will
compromised.
do my best.
All right.
Yeah, you know you want to watch this.
I have
I
for a
drop-
while. I'm actually
I
okay.
dropkick Yvonne through a mirror.
Burn.
All right. Well, she looks up. Best of luck. You better go now. This is one of the first places they shut down.
I
course
assume
it is.
for good reason.
Yes,
Suppose this is goodbye then.
it is. I will stay here as long as I can.
Farewell.
So long. Farewell.
All right, I guess we go in the Hall of Illusions.
All right. You make your way into the Hall of Illusions, that very like first corridor bringing you up to the left or right. You see your young selves once more. How far into the Hall of Illusions do you go?
Well, obviously we need to go left.
Obviously.
Thank you.
Well, when we went right last time, we saw someone go through a mirror, so like, it
But we
doesn't-
also ended up back outside.
that's true. She said just to go deep in. I guess go the other way this time. So maybe we
Take the left.
should we gauge it by our ages? Maybe we go till we're like our current ages in the mirror. That seems like halfway through, right?
I'd imagine left then.
Right.
Yeah.
Find the
So we were
present.
going left.
Who?
Fuck, I'm influencing them.
I know. Out of curiosity, as you guys enter the Hall of Illusions, who would have been last to enter?
Ooh.
I want to be last.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I'll take the burden.
Okay. So as you like almost step in the tent, you feel a hand grasp your forearm.
Ooh.
And it's Tumblestrum, and she's like,
Oh.
I remembered another hint. Mind the rule of 3. Future, present, past.
Sounds like a tarot card.
Mind the rule of 3. Future, present, past.
Mm-hmm.
Rules are everything to Fang. Tradition is our very blood.
Hard to
And-
be on a time crunch here, people. We should keep moving.
she lets go of your forearm and then nods to you, and you enter in. So like that happened like less than a second as you were walking in. All right, your party goes in left or right?
Go left.
Oh, left. Awesome.
Going to the left.
Jeez.
It curls
You guys
around,
know I was joking, right?
feeling like a spiral before it opens up and into an entire room that is circular.
Oh God.
That now you are completely surrounded 360 minus the pathway you just came from. That would have led you back to right.
Technically, we just
So-
made 3 lefts.
This is true.
Lefting, left arrow.
All right. Mirrors are before your group. You all look at the mirrors, and you're currently looking at the age that you are. What do you do next?
I suppose we should say the word.
I think Etika should say it.
You mean you don't want me to say it?
I don't think you did very well at repeating it earlier, and Etika kind of had it down, and I don't want to mess it up. I don't want it to be on me.
I'll step up to the mirror then
Touche.
and take a deep breath. Are we ready?
Let's hear this.
Yeah.
Hither, thither, here and there, wander, yonder, show me where.
Did he
Yes.
say it right? I feel
Yeah.
like the word is thither, not tither.
It's fine.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. You're good. As you finish the saying, show me where, mists begin to swirl in the mirror, blotting out your reflection before eventually this portal just complete of blackness showing before you with a blue glow on the edges of the mirror.
I guess we're running in.
We run in.
We run in.
I'd like to be last.
You'd like to be last?
Oh.
Okay. So you kind of step to the side as everyone touches the surface of the mirror. You are pulled through it, and all of you find yourself standing at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape, but large sections of it have crumbled away. The part that remain in a place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. So essentially you're kind of like in a makeshift fort that is kind of broken down. You look around and you see a fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murks wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds.
Cute.
I will go ahead. Oh, sorry. You're like a causeway that is like a building, I think is what they're trying to communicate.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's pretty.
So,
Where are the chicken legs?
fun fact.
Are they actually chicken legs?
Well, no. But
This
this is
joke.
where we will actually end tonight's session. And the fun fact
I knew it.
is you guys have leveled up to level 2.
Yay!
No.
It's
Hey, so, like,
Lena's 21st birthday.
Time for
Oh, she
Ready
was
to
fucking monarch
companion.
crowned on her 21st birthday.
Yes.
Cute.
Yep.
Someone find me an oven.
Oh, God. Okay, so
Not the oven.
for the purposes of leveling up, everyone knows to go to the settings portion of their character page, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I did not.
Go to the settings portion of your character page, scroll to the bottom, and there should be a level up button. Do not hit the top one. Go for the bottom one. It should be the bottom right column. Bottom, very, very
So
bottom.
it says launch level plus character mancer.
Yes, the other one will reset your character sheet versus level you up.
Oh,
And follow the instructions.
bottom.
Yes, follow the instructions. You can multi-class. You can not.
This is fun.
For you spellcasters, you don't have to choose now, but I'm out of curiosity. Is everyone gonna stay the class that they started with, or is anyone gonna multi-class?
It will likely take a while until I even think about multi-classing. Maybe though. Maybe go druid.
I'm not multi-classing, but I do get to start my school of divination.
Ooh.
Nice.
So now I will have divination savant important dice.
Warlock, Schmorlock. Yeah.
What are we rolling?
For
HP.
HP.
There was a roll button.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Oh my god, he got the max.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Our-
so
our
do
bar-
we need to do that on
Yes.
that page where
Well-
it says HP and then we roll?
Yes, you can either roll or you can take the
Wait,
average
where did we-
+1. So
Oh, it didn't even give me the option to roll. Confused.
I'm gonna roll.
I'm so
Oh,
bad at
I
this.
do. I see it. I'm an
Oh.
idiot.
did you
Hang on, I'm
roll?
rolling.
No, it's because Halder took
I
all your
did.
luck.
Hey, you're
You
doing
can
better
have
than.
it.
Well,
I already have no HP. This
Halder is definitely a tank.
Halder's.
Jesus Christ.
he's
Oh.
tanky.
Wait, geez, Halder's. Wait, what is Halder at
That's
now?
all we do, right? We
22?
didn't have to roll for that.
Alder's
and
at
then we're good.
30 HP.
Jesus Christ.
30?
30.
God damn!
Definitely a
Good.
tank.
10.
Lord.
Eldritch Invocations? Wait,
You don't have to
hold on.
touch anything else on that page, right? Just do
Um,
the roll and then go from there.
I would say follow the instructions because I can't see the page, but yeah, as long as you follow it, you should be good.
Okay.
I will definitely. I can review it later.
I think I did it. I think I'm good. Hey,
Oh,
Pastel.
this is... Yeah?
Kind of random, but Goose says you're kind of cool.
Wow! It finally goes the other way.
Yes, yes, it does.
It's just because I'm the Witchlight Monarch, isn't it? I knew it.
Ooh.
You see, they said
two-
Uno reverse.
Eldritch Invocations.
Ooh.
Now my brain doesn't know which one to pick because all of them sound awesome.
I'm gonna
Those
be
some
real
kick-ass
with you.
ones.
I thought about portent dice. I did not think about cantrips, and I'm just like, there's so many to choose from.
I don't get to add any more cantrips yet.
I get 2.
I can add 4 new spells to my prepared?
Or
What?
are
need
we
to look.
able to switch them? Like if
So,
we had 2
if-
cantrips before?
So cantrips are permanent choices, but
Okay,
any
so
spells
that explains
above are you can switch out between levels depending on the class you are. If you're a class like a druid or a cleric, you guys can choose. You can or paladin. You can switch out spells every long rest. It just depends
Okay.
on the class that you are. But like
Gotcha.
warlock, you can only switch out spells every between each level.
You know what? I'm going to multi-class.
Does anyone have charm person at the moment?
Yes, I do.
I can
Okay,
learn,
good.
I think.
I just want to make sure somebody does because I had it available to me.
Yes, I
I'm
do.
thinking I probably need some more combat because right now I have Witch Bolt, Shield, Color Spray, Chromatic Orb, Tensor's Floating Disc, and Identify. So I'm trying to decide where
Yeah.
to go from here. You have
How do
Detect
I-
Magic, so we're good on that.
Yeah, I've got Charm Person, Detect Magic, Illusory Script. I also have Hex, which is specific to my race. Unseen Servant, and Disguise Self.
I
So I leveled
kind of think it would be
down.
funny if I learned Tasha's Hideous Laughter because, like, of what happened at the Hall of
That would
Illusion.
be funny.
I love choices like that. My
Yeah, I
2
feel like
cents.
that fits.
Okay, well, this breaks it, I apologize. Never mind, we're fine.
As long
We
as you
got it,
don't
we're
like
good.
submit the stuff at the end, you should be okay. If you're wanting to go
True.
back.
Okay, I think I have mine. I think I'm.
Rolling. 7. Cool.
I go from 9 hit points to 13.
I'm gonna do it. Ancient Book of Ancient
You know what? I'm freaking doing it. I'm taking Tasha's Hideous Laughter and Find Familiar because familiars are cool.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
And
I've learned
little.
Song of Rest.
What's Gift of the Ever Living Ones?
Oh, technically I gained 3 hit points, so I'm doing great.
And mine is all finished.
Nice.
All
Alright.
done.
Mine's all done.
Do I already know Fairy Fire? Hey, babe. Can you check my character sheet and tell me if I know Fairy Fire?
I should. I don't.
I
Think
was debating
should-
Fairy Fire, but I'm okay with what I got.
Fairy Fire is such a fun spell for me.
It looks like it.
It's really good in Baldur's Gate. It's really, really good in Baldur's Gate.
So there's an issue with that I don't have yours.
Oh, never mind. It's all good.
I have
will
learned
add
the
it,
spell
and
Dissonant
I will change
Whispers.
it if it is a duplicate.
Ooh.
Dissonant Whispers is good. I like that one.
Yeah, I figured it would be pretty up Vaughn's alley.
Primal Savagery, that's a new one.
No.
You channel primal magic to cause your teeth or oh, it's beast form. Cool.
Ooh.
Cause your teeth or fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack.
I was
Melee attack on a hit, 1d10 acid.
Spicy.
After you make the attack, your teeth or fingernails return. Increase it by 1d10 for each upcast. Oh, no! Increase it by 1d10 when you reach 5th level. And every other 5th level. Cool. Neat.
Wow, this is so exciting.
This is actually really nice.
I like this what was it called? Can't think of the word. Brain empty.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Occasion. Momentous. Landmark.
Milestone?
Milestone leveling. I like it.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Was that sarcasm or is
okay.
that genuine? Sorry.
No, I like it.
Okay,
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like how it goes with the story, and I just couldn't think of the word milestone. Thank you for understanding where I was going.
Yeah, all good. And I just realized the introduction, like to this next area, the image they chose didn't line up, so I got confused. I'm like, that is not a causeway. Why did they choose that picture? They should have chose something. So I'm gonna not spoiler, but I'm gonna show you the next area map. So you guys were on a massive causeway, which is like the Zelda bridge in my head, I guess. It's like broken down. So where the X is, right here, that's actually where you guys are.
So cool. That's what I thought a causeway was. I thought
Yeah.
I was wrong.
No, you're good. I thought too, and then I was like, where are you? There you are. You're not. So the image is just a feature within this world that you are in now, but this is where you guys are effectively. That's why you have such a massive view of this swampiness swamp. So
Cool.
Pastel, look at bottom right of the map.
Wait. I gotta scroll down. Oh my gosh!
That's cute.
My dad.
My dad. All right.
What cantrips do I take?
Besides the, let's see, who's done or not done with their, besides Ithaca, which I can tell because you're talking about cantrips.
I wasn't done yet.
Okay. No worries.
The 30 HP is kind of wild.
Thornwoods.
I'm just indecisive.
I have 24.
let's hope you roll good initiative.
3 spells I will take. Fairy
There's like
Fire.
three of these that want me to have Eldritch Blast. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah. Halder, as a barbarian, you're like always on.
I'll
That's so
take
cool.
Or no, I'll just. Okay, I got it. I got it. It's fine. Okay, so I have Book of Ancient Secrets and Beast Speech. Fun.
Wait, beast speech?
Yep.
Is that different than speak with animals?
I think that just means I can do it automatically. I can read it back again. Hold up.
Yes, I think.
You can cast Speak with Animals at will. Oh, it's the same thing. It's just that's
Oh,
what
it's
called.
like an ability that gives you speak with animals. Very cool.
Yeah, without expending a spell slot.
Nice.
Nice. I can talk to people.
Oh, you can do reckless attacks now.
Yeah.
Okay, you can add one new spell. Ooh.
Barbarian's gonna be really cool for you.
Did I want Arms of Hadar? What did he speak about?
You said you have Charm Person, yes?
Me?
Bon, I believe.
I think so. Let me look at my character.
Oh wait, he's gone. Yoo-hoo. No, yeah, he tried to cast it before. Okay. Okay. I don't need to.
Hadar. Cause fear, elevated sight, veil of dusk. Cheats. What's Arms of Hadar again?
Big old scary necromancy attack, targeting everything around you.
The Dark Lurker. Oh, that's right. You do it all the time in Baldur's Gate.
Yep.
Take.
It's one of my favorite warlock spells.
Ooh, my hit points are at 16 now. Nice.
Do I take snare? What do we need in our party? Because I have my thematic stuff. Kind of just have a bunch of casters and then Halder and Victor at the front. It's kind of like,
Pretty much.
so we have a front line and we have a 50 yards back line. Nothing in between.
It's okay.
Hello.
Aren't you
Hello.
supposed to be the in between technically,
You know,
though?
Shaney sent you a DM, but you don't have to read it right now.
Oh.
It's like a next session thing.
Period. I am gonna read it right now just because I can.
You cannot. It was
Oh.
a private message.
You gotta be Shaney to know what that message says.
Ooh.
Last I checked, you don't have the rights to do that.
I'm confused. Huh?
It was a DM for Shaney. That's all you gotta know.
Okay.
Wait, there's another DM coming my way, or were you just talking about Pastel's DM?
Pastel's DM. I
Got
can DM you. I can cutely DM you too.
Hell yeah, love that.
I mean, I can too, but I don't know what's going on. I do like this image. What is this like where we've landed?
So let's see. Do I still have you guys on this map? Yeah. Okay.
Probably the
So,
axe.
oh, I think you're away. So I went back and I like read ahead to where you guys specifically are, and I was just making a comment like, man, usually they match up the introduction with a picture that actually reflects where you are, and obviously I was confused because it didn't. So you are actually on Kingsway, way up above. And that's how
Okay.
you're able to see everything versus what I had shown you, which is this. Nope. Go.
The building in the swamp.
Yeet. There.
Oh, okay.
So that is a feature within this here area that you're. But it's not where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
I still like my Baba Yaga joke.
Yeah,
It was a great
uh,
joke. Oh, look at
Where are the
that
chicken
cute DM.
eggs?
All right. Are people still making their way through their spells?
Yeah, it's
I
been
finished
one
it.
I am
more.
all finished. I am good.
Okay.
I like my stuff.
Cause real
I'll take a
quick, why don't we just do the stars and wishes?
Period.
Okay.
All right, stars and witches. Who wants to go first?
Well, I mean, obviously, a big star would be the crowning of Zelina as the Witchlight Monarch.
Mhm.
That was adorable.
That's my star
I loved
too.
it. Here,
I
have
feel bad I missed the description the first time. I thought we were quiet waiting for something and I was afraid to talk, but it was just me not hearing things.
Oh,
it booped you on the snoot.
little snoop boop.
It did. Little snoop poop. My wish is that somehow, some way, our story finds us back to Reuben so we can get him on the path back to Ween.
Queen.
Ween.
That's another one of my stars. Is Ween.
Just yell Ween, see if he turns.
It's either him
But
or
it's-
everyone wondering like why I'm saying the ween.
We're just glad the like LGBTQIA druid dwarf coalition was not nearby because they would have all responded too.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of, like, Witch and Light are canonically gay as hell for each other. It's great.
I sure
Period.
hope so.
As they should be.
I didn't expect that. Not at the draw fan art.
I didn't either, to be honest. But you know what? Good for them.
It's absolutely hilarious.
All right. Anybody
That's really
else?
all I have. I'm just excited to see what comes next.
I can't really think of a wish. This is kind of like a, chapter end.
Mhm.
So,
All good.
I think a star for me was just like that whole scene where like the what's it called, the proposal and how it's about to happen. It was just like that one, like a rom-com. It was just like right there. And
The
just
timing.
Everything. I was trying to keep myself from laughing. I was just like, this just happened. This poor man.
I hope you appreciated my nose blowing sound.
Oh my god, it was
that
so
too.
cute.
I was sad.
Sniffling.
I was like, man, this sucks.
And for a wish, I do hope to have more, even more moments where we have to use like plants in our favor.
Oh, yeah, group performances and stuff.
That
Oh,
too.
That was great.
Was really
Just the way
cool.
you're just growing plants, though.
Y'all all slayed. I
do not, but it's- we're not gonna
talk about it.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna
Just the
have
one that was
plenty of
grown.
plenty of opportunities, especially now. Effectively, it's like you're in the danger zone. Like you're no longer in the safety of a random carnival. You know what I mean?
To the danger zone.
You're in the
Well,
wilderness.
That's one thing I'm actually kind of sad about is that I didn't take the time to be like, she says bye to Madame Kaida, you know?
Oh,
But she did send the turban back with Antares, so maybe Madame Kaida will understand.
All right.
that's fair.
Any other stars or wishes from anyone?
No, nothing really comes to mind.
Okay. Who do we want to vote for inspiration next session?
Fuck, I didn't use mine.
And it's gone
mean-
poof.
It's gone poof.
And it's gone poof.
You need to use it. You rolled really well today.
Mhm.
You got a nat 20.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I also rolled like 3 times, so
I kind of vote
Eh.
for Vaughn.
Oh,
yeah.
me?
For Vom.
You
Hello, me?
question it again, and I will retract my statement.
All right. We have Vaughn out there. Anybody else?
I'll give it to Vaughn.
I just feel like I didn't do anything to deserve it.
Fight
You kept us safe by detecting magic in the Hall of Illusions. You know, you told us what kind of spell was on Tasha's box. You gave us information about the mirror that we saw people go through. I think you did some good work. You were the only one that did a real big, like, plot-related spell that wasn't just like... I mean, the flowers were beautiful, but he's also done that before.
It's a very unified session, I feel. But the team
Yeah.
kind of brought it.
Yeah, it was a lot of RP, but I feel like if anybody really got into like their characters' abilities and things this session, it was fun.
Hell yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
All right,
Period.
Vaughn.
I agree with fun.
We're all throwing inspiration at your face. Take that D6 inspiration for your next session.
Cutely.
Gamer channel points.
Which,
Hang on, do you have
looking
something,
at
throw
the
something at me?
calendar, is
I don't, not for that specifically.
August 3rd. Just confirming that works for me currently. Does that work for everybody?
Double check.
Yeah, just let me double check.
Um,
I'm
no,
pretty
yeah.
sure, but let me double check real quick.
August
3.
August 3rd, you said?
Yes.
2 weeks from today.
I think so. I might have a clinical then. I'll have to look. I might
Okay.
be writing in the ambulance, just helping out.
Yep. Just let us know when I have that confirmation. I'll put dates in the channels just for
You got it.
everyone's. So we'll
I
say.
almost-
say research it.
Oh, are you excited for your homework?
I am.
Oh
I
my
love our homework.
goodness. Okay.
Holds me over between sessions.
Hell yeah. All right. What is your homework? Let's see.
Yeah, it should be good for August. 3rd.
What is your character's favorite food to eat?
Ooh,
Ooh. That is a hard one.
period.
Specifically, since canonically, his mouth is like slightly torn open.
Is
Oh.
Etika vegan?
Not cupcakes anymore.
That sounds like
Etika
a.
Never cupcakes again.
No, he eats, but is he vegan?
That's
Oh my
also
god,
one
please,
thing.
not me
Victor's
writing
just
this
shoving
down
the
as
food
what is
right
your
under
favorite
his
character's
mask.
favorite food. I'm screaming.
I could see Etika being vegan, but I could also see him having a very balanced view of the circle of life and the food chain, and feeling more like meat is an important part of a diet. You know? I feel like it could go either way.
I think I have ideas for mine already.
All right.
And honestly, being vegan is problematic. We're gonna have to get you special food.
I mean, I could create the illusion for you if it
That's funny.
I think I'll do it like this. I think anytime meat is eaten, there will be like a quote-unquote ceremony for it. You know,
Cute.
What?
like pay your respects to the animal that you're taking it from.
Yeah, that makes
That
sense.
sounds beautiful.
Yeah, because if he's all about law and order, you know, the laws of nature and the order of nature, he would understand, I feel like, that
Mm-hmm.
that part of the food chain is important, but also you should, you know, honor what you're eating. That's beautiful.
I like that.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Well, as usual, don't take this as a cue if you have to leave, but I'm gonna pop away, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Toodaloo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Bye. Alrighty, folks. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pop away. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to be kind to yourself, drink water, and I will see you folks next time. Good night.